Yo. Zoom.
You don't know you're lucky. Every morning, fresh guys. Every morning, fresh guys.
Sexy guys.
Sexiest.
Really?
Totally. You don't know.
So what they appreciate. Yeah.
It's a sexy that I don't understand.
Sister,
Sexy
listen,
guys.
when you take dictionary, EFGS, sexy. If my picture is not there, it's not dictionary. If my picture is not there, it's not dictionary.
Oh, now I know. Sexy guys.
Sexy guys.
Sexy J.
Hey, sexy girl, but you brown
Let me
meal.
read one DM. Hi.
She can't talk. She's perplexed.
That's a DM.
I thought so.
Well, it's all good,
But you're looking fresh.
Yeah.
But we asked for 360
Now
earlier.
that
You
people are
brown.
sexy guys, what will I say about myself?
Sexy girl. It's okay.
No, I don't want the sexy.
You don't want sex. What do you want?
You
Hot.
should take it. I don't even know what to say. But people take the sexy.
Well, a reason why you should be watching us on TV as well, okay? And you can catch all more action here. And good morning going out to everyone who's doing the watching and the listening via Plus 89.9 FM as well. And to our new family all the way in France, I'm told.
Oh, really?
Yes. We are plugged in. I'll check the frequency again. But
wow.
Yeah, we're plugged in, Yes.
Yeah.
And there's good news.
And break it.
I should break it. Oh, okay, so I'm very excited to let everybody know that we have been nominated for Emerging TV Station of the Year. The RTP Awards. We are on awards.
It's just sad
Yes.
that somebody tuned in today for the first
time. And this is what they are saying.
This is how you are.
We are not always like this.
Anyway,
We are not always mental. I'm a sexy guy.
So
I'm very confident in my sexiness.
Okay, yes.
Charlie, for real.
Clown.
Yeah. Charlie, it's early morning. People need the vim. We need to be entertaining as well. But on a serious note, we've been nominated as Emerging
like
TV
one.
Station.
I like that one.
We like the sexy guy. He comes out once in a while. So we've got a solid nomination, Emerging TV Station, 3 Music TV, and then solid.
It's great news for us.
Yeah,
At least
it
it's all part of the recognition. Whether we win or we don't win is us being recognized. But
Yeah.
for us to win, you need to help us out. We'll give you the dynamics later on.
Spread the word.
Anyway, there's breaking news as well. And now this breaking news is not good news.
Oh boy.
I'll tell you what. So there's a rising increase of fraudulent activities going on in the country, especially on banks. So I just want to just caution all of you as well. Be very careful. Lady, they just might call you and ask for your details and pretend to become calling from the bank. I hear they've managed to register their cards as some bank names. So when they call you, might see a certain. Oh, you also got it, right?
I got it. Like from my bank is EcoBank. So can you imagine that they tell me that my account has been dormant? I just did a transaction a day before.
Oh, read that. Wait. So this is a fraud message you received in the name of EcoBank.
Okay. So it says your account number is dormant. Call EcoBank toll-free number for assistance. You may chat us via ecobank.com. It has almost all the details that looks like EcoBank.
They pretend, yeah.
So I didn't even bother to, call EcoBank or do anything, even though I have got previous messages from the same, it's from the same EcoBank number. That has sent me.
So it sends a message to you as EcoBank.
All
right, so basically what they do is that
the guest.
the
fraudster is pretending.
These what do you call them? There are some platforms that offer you the chance to send mass messages. So you can title the name that you want the message
to go out as. And some people have those systems. Yeah.
Yes.
It's not supposed to be consumer based, but some people you can pay for anything online.
A few years ago, it was that open. You could sign up for it. Yeah. And so people are using that now to use all these fraud activities.
But also a lot of the banks are putting out disclaimers, including EcoBank. I'm aware of that. I worked on something with them around the disclaimers, and they are making the conscious effort to make sure that their real customers are getting real messaging on how they should conduct themselves with interacting with the bank. So things to watch out for. Don't give any personal details over the phone. Don't give any passwords, any key login keys or anything like that. And then always either call your RM or report to a branch to be sure of what's
exactly, because I didn't know how they expected that people would. Some people.
Lots of people do.
Actually, people are falling for it, and that's the reason why it's on the increase, and people are actually falling.
When we finished on Friday, somebody called me. I didn't finish then. I cut.
No, you didn't talk about the lotto number. Somebody called me.
And then somebody too called me that he has the winning lotto numbers.
That's what?
I should go and stake the winning lotto numbers.
Oh. Well, the last one I got was, the same thing when they call and say that they've sent money to you and they want to take it back. And then for me, I just put them on hold. I said, okay, hold on. And whenever you want to go off, they just might want to go off.
So you don't even continue.
No. I said, okay, well, hold on. Then I continue my...
You don't want the insult that comes at the end.
Yes.
That's what fascinates me.
They deal with me.
They insult you at the end, eh?
I pretend to be illiterate. So, but then it's Ghana Saba. Or they are called keypad now. Pacho Moho, dial star 170. What's it 707? Pacho star 170. What's 842? I do that until they get frustrated and realize that I'm screwing with them.
And then
the insult comes. Either my mother will take it or my father will take the insult.
I can imagine they themselves are having a very tough time with some of their clients. But anyway, yes.
What even is worrying is forgive me, the diction with some of them speak, the tonation,
I don't know how they think they
literates like us to fall for. Like MTN or Vodafone will not employ somebody to customer service who cannot express themselves properly. Yeah. Some of their tenses like off the roof, and I'm like,
well, it was surprising that it's actually working on some people, because if they are still continuing, that means that it's actually working out somewhere, But we all have to be careful and be vigilant as well for each other, and be very careful you don't fall to this, because even this morning, I picked this information on the news as well, that there's an increase in fraudulent activities. I don't know whether it's as a result of Christmas is approaching.
Christmas is approaching, and town is hard, let's be honest.
So, yes.
Well,
talking trending videos and stuff going on as well, there was a video of this guy who explains what is happening to Ghana. I don't know if you've seen it, what is happening to Ghana as opposed to Western influence on Galamsey that Ghana hasn't bought into, trying to, like a whole thing. I don't know if you've seen that video.
All
my days. I will share with you personally.
Please share with us.
Television before we even consider putting it out here.
Oh, I see.
It's all good though. But anyway, let's get a song to start our day, our morning. Keep I was going to say keep our teeth white and bright. But more like keep us smiling. All right, so let's do our song of the day, and then we can start and shift into gear 2 on this morning's Culture Daily. It just might not be only a personal favorite, but I don't know about you guys.
Fall is a beautiful one.
It's a classic.
Yeah.
This song and is it the F-I-A-O?
If.
No, this is
No.
What's
the people this morning and forgetting songs titles?
We've not had coffee.
Exactly, and we are thinking Ghanaian. No, but us about Ghanaian songs, we know.
The point I just wanted to make was that collaboration and submitting yourself to the music business process is totally necessary, because like that is written by Tenny. This is co-written by Fall is co-written by Kojo Fans, and Techno wrote and produced If. But all these ghostwriters and whatever contributed to the success.
And they are credited.
And they are credited and contributed and earning as contributors to Davido's success. And that just goes to tell you how much of a marketing machine Davido's brand is. Because he's obviously not writing all his hits.
True.
Right? So we can't credit him as a hit maker. But to take the song...
Oh, you still can't credit him as a hit maker?
No, I'll conclude. Okay. When I say the person who made the hit in the organic sense is the one who ideated the song.
Oh, okay.
Who created the song. Even when we was in the studio before anybody heard it. Okay. It was a hit. Do you get it?
So
it takes the budget. Okay. It takes the tours. It takes the music video. It takes the radio run. All the business around it to blow it up to the point where we have it on our morning show. And that's just what we've discussed it a couple of times, that we asked Sack, is there a point where somebody will write for you? He said chorus, song, melody, but not his rap. We've asked other people. We spoke to Sina, we spoke to Kiddy, Kwame Eugene, blah blah blah. And I think our market needs to embrace this a lot more.
I think our market is shy to let people know that somebody wrote my song for me.
Davido gives props to people on Twitter.
Exactly.
Davido gives props to people on Twitter. People shout out Drake on social media that thanks Drake.
Dami Crane was dragging Davido over a songwriting issue that he didn't get a split and he didn't get money. So at least these people make it very open that somebody wrote the song for me and that.
What's the sexy girl's name?
Which sexy girl?
Under my umbrella. Rihanna. Rihanna's breakout after.
Why are you laughing?
I mean, he just had to qualify the lady's name with sexy.
Girl. Because he's sexy.
Yeah.
Thank you. Sexy to sexy, we have to be sure. Now, so, I mean, she had Pon the Replay and all those. That was like her buzzing days. But her first major hit that got everybody crazy was Umbrella, Ella. And that was written by Britney Spears.
I think the techno, writes for people and writes good stuff for people.
He also wrote Buga, right?
Yeah, that's what I hear. That's why I keep saying that he himself on Buga, he didn't come to do anything.
Yeah.
He only came to...
Telling royalty, Sonny. Listen, why do I have to come and sing 16 bars when the royalty 50% is coming to me without me doing anything? So he came to dance, his production was playing, wherever they go, World Cup, wherever, blah, blah, he's there.
But how come Techno himself hasn't released
Hey, my baby, Pana.
In a very long time?
Oh, you see?
True. In a very long time,
it's two songs. There's Pana and another one. The fact that I can't even remember it confirms your point, right?
In a very long time. Pana is not recent, you know.
Maybe, that's what I'm saying, that maybe the creative focus on producing and writing for people, and you write and your check is cleared, your $50,000.
You know, Steve is asking us whether Techno is on Buga.
But we already mentioned
We already said that he's on Buga and he didn't make any impact on Buga.
Okay. All right. Let me use Buga to just cut in here. I used to use Buga
to
cut in here. Because if I don't do that, I think we'll go on and on with this. By the time check 7:20. But let me say, we are also live on Masters Radio in Italy and on Strands Afrique in France.
How do we say something in Italy and in French? Je suis... love you. Je t'aime.
Don't let us start our French because my French is
I'm going to change my Twitter bio international on air.
So
before you know, Elon Musk is taking you
Yes, we just checked out the song trivia of the song titled Fall by Davido. But coming up next, let's go into our starter pack, some motivation for the morning. We'll do the trick.
Is it what we have? Do you want it? No matter what they're talking, we keep rising, they be watching. Is it what we have? You can get it if you want it, baby. Go ahead, baby, you can make it. You know you can.
kind of songs we can put on rotation over and over again and replay. Well, it's Miss V featuring Efia Abofra. Now let's go to the lyrics real quickly. He says, when you take my hand, I shall not be afraid. Well, I shall not be afraid translated into English means Shroda. He says, because when you are my friend, I shall not give up. He says, Mimpaba. Now, small girl, we are just a start. A lot that I don't know. So I'm just going to play my part. Your road, I go follow. I go take on boko boko, meaning slow, and learn from all the little things that you do. Abofra. Wow. I think it speaks to a child,
young girls,
following the path of, someone who's achieved, being positive respectful, being humble, and this is humilicious.
We would have asked you to excuse us.
Being humble, allowing herself or himself to be taught, and it just clearly defines sort of that very respectful Ghanaian ethics that we always want to instill in our our kids, and that's a massive collaboration between Miss V and Efia as well. I don't know if they both are communicating between themselves.
Yeah, they actually, because you know that if Miss V has always said that even when she said she was depressed, she said one person who constantly checked on her was Efia, and she always talked about the fact that she wanted to, walk in Efia's stead and or in her shoes. And so this song they put together just to tell the story about how much she revered, look up to her, and what kind of relationship they had was put in this song. So yes, maybe in a bigger context, the Ghanaian, little girl looking up to a big girl, kind of thing, is just being depicted by these two. Why are you smiling? He's been blushing about the looks of Miss V in this video, like off air. So I'm helping people know what's happening to you. Because this is your pie has come too much. Alogo. That's what I'm saying. You know what's Alogo?
What's that?
See his cheeks.
You don't need to about sexy. The whole problem with the panel is that you guys don't know sexy. Look well. No, I'm be honest. No, but Charlie, to be honest to God, there's nothing more beautiful than a black woman. I was watching the video and the melanin, Charlie, my sisters are killing it. That's why I'm smiling. They delivered. They did it effortlessly.
Tell the truth and shame the devil.
No, the devil is not going to be shamed, so let's not bother.
Small girl, where I just start, a lot that I don't know. So I'm just going to play my part. Your road, I go follow. I go take on boko boko, that's slow, and learn from all the little things that you do. Wow. That's nice. That's sweet. Like really looking up to.
Honest, we don't hear much music like this. Yeah. It's good that there was no ego. Yeah. Efia availed herself. Miss V was honest, and you hear that chemistry, backing each other and all that. And then when they both go intense with the voice, Charlie, the vocals, two powerhouses.
I like that.
But I think Efia is one female artist that doesn't get to be praised as much as she should be. I think she's one who avails herself so much to the younger ones. Like she's always willing to accept, open her doors to them, collaborate with them, and maybe show them the way, if that's the best way to put it. But we don't constantly talk about how she supports
new music out there in a very long
system.
Time, right?
Well, I don't think.
No, she hasn't put new music out there, and I think she's done a lot of collaborations. But Efia herself hasn't put out an Efia music. And when Efia does, her own music, she's just it's always a masterpiece.
Yeah. But she's been doing shows though, so she's been active. I think I saw her in the show that took the guys to the US. I think she was part of it, the Sarkodie, RTB, the US trip.
But we want projects. We want projects. I mean, her management need to listen to the fans, right?
She has one.
Is James still managing her? Is it James?
No. Jimmy, no.
Jimmy, sorry.
Jimmy's actually in Canada now.
Oh.
Yeah. Jimmy's in Canada now.
I didn't know she has
management.
Wow.
Anyway, all right. So one day we should just get her in here and have a conversation.
Well,
she would kill the Friday show.
Yeah, if she comes to perform, oh my goodness.
Production 1, 2.
Oh my goodness.
We want Efia here.
Like, there can't be a dull moment with a performance from Efia, like back to back where she used to have the girl concert. What was it called? Girl Talk?
Yes. Girl Talk.
Girl Talk. It was always...
Who joined Bekezo?
No, it's actually a franchise owned by Kiki
Bansin.
Yeah,
and
but
so
he keeps changing. I think I'm next the next
year.
The next girl?
Next on Girl Talk.
The next girl?
Yes.
But I'm looking forward to that collaboration Sarkodie talked about. He said that he still has another song with Efia that he's probably releasing on the playlist B. I want to hear what it sounds like because we've heard them over and over, and it's been always superb.
They had one classic back in the day. I've forgotten the name.
Which one is that?
Ifya and Sak. They have one love story. Oh, it's an old song.
Yeah. Well, it looks like today we're just going to remember
very strong song. But if you remember, you can send it to us. We'll refresh our memories, you know. But even the last one, I've forgotten the title.
Ifya and
Sarkodie. What's the title?
Oh, that's that one. No. That one. That song, you know, right?
We don't remember.
We don't need to. You know that song, right? You know that song. The one that Sarkodie is talking about, whether you've done something, I'll still like love you. Whether you cheated on me or you left me, I'll still.
Oh, it has
that
some.
song.
Second, if you're.
Well, you can remember the song.
But
and let us know
your Google is your friend, so you know.
Well, maybe you can do like, hey Siri, can you play Sarkodie featuring Ifya?
Is it working? Oh yeah, let's see how it's going to work then.
Music library. You can ask me to play a radio station or ask for your music in a different app.
Are you serious?
Whatever. We'll do a Siri later on. But anyway, today we'll be having a
great... Sarah. Somebody just sent it to me. It's called Sarah.
Real quick.
Is that the only one they have?
Shouts to you, Della Michelle. She just sent it to me. She said it's called Sarah. And the other one you're looking for is I'm in love with you.
I'm in love with you now.
Yeah, thanks to Della Michelle.
Yeah. See,
thank you, Della.
The melody was in my head. The words were missing. It was blank.
Oh, my God.
Thank you, Della. Thank you so much. It was so timely.
Now they'll tell me that I don't take my medicine.
I'm in love with you now was a banger.
It was a banger. It's been 10 years of running Rhythms on the Runway. This morning we'll be honored to have KOD back in the studio with us because we are inching closer to the next celebration of 10 years of Rhythms on the Runway this month. Now, he'll be a guest in the studio this morning to tell us more about this 10-year journey of mixing fashion and music. But still to come, we'll have our Unpacking and Sports Direct, and it's all gloomy this morning. What's cooking on Sports Direct? I mean, not on Sports Direct. What's cooking on Unpacking Direct?
You know, when you're talking about, you know, the melanin you saw on the screen, the girls killing it. There's somebody, you know that thing when you're growing up, we had so many insecurities. Nobody's going to tell a lie. You know, growing up, you feel like, oh, my nose didn't look this way. Let me tell you one thing that happened to me growing up. I had a friend.
Are you sure you want to reveal this?
No, I had a friend in school. Don't forget. I had a friend in school. I think she had an eye problem. And so she always had gel on her eyelid, you know, and it looked so beautiful to me. So you know what I was also doing? Because I wanted to look like how her eyes looked. I always put Vaseline on my eye, you know, just because I wanted my eye.
Secrets.
Tell me about yours.
Oh boy.
You want to go first?
No, I don't have any secret.
It's a lie.
Me,
Kojo. You're a liar.
And Kujo. I'm secretless.
When I was in class 3, my cousin was brushing her eyebrows. God, I was stunned. Amazed. It's like, wow, you can actually brush eyebrows? So it's in class 3. Started brushing my eyebrows.
Till date?
And then I stopped in class 6.
Why?
And then it took off by itself.
Oh, yeah. Why did you stop, bro?
Oh, I was realizing I was being stupid. After 3 years.
Me, my daddy said, hey, what's that?
Cyril, the secret I want you to tell us before we go for unpacking, when did you stop wearing Whitechapel pants? You know, boys, we used to have an.
I stopped wearing Whitechapel when I finished JSS.
JSS 3?
Yeah, due to laziness. Sister, have you watched White Pants before? As a troublesome boy who is a kobolo climbing mango tree, going to steal people's guava, playing four corners.
Tell us the truth. The white pants became brown at a certain point.
Listen, as a youth, I was lazy. And my mother said some things, you have to learn how to do it for yourself. And I saw that man changing the color can solve both our troubles. So, me, I'm a solution-oriented person. But I will not be stressed. My gentleman, I will not be stressed.
You see, I don't know last anybody who wore that kind of pants, like, you know, like
dross. You're looking for dross. Like the word you're looking for is dross. Do they still exist?
I think people still people still pack. They want to pack properly.
They'll fold it nicely in one corner.
They want to pack properly. You know,
guys,
as I'm going on unpacking.
We have a show.
I'm packing it.
Let's go and unpack. We'll be right back.
Fire in a wall. If you say my life no good, I dey like I'm so. Charlie, mind your business. If you say
Hi people, what's good? It's Dope Nation in the building.
One time, Charlie.
Yeah, man. This is me.
This is you.
And this is the culture. Yeah, man.
Yes, sir. So you know what? Just scan your TVs to watch our music video on Free Music TV. It's Dope Nation. Can you know where we from? Can you know where we from? Yeah. Negative energy stay away. We know the thief only hustle for bread. What are they doing? So,
what's up, Ghana? My name is Twakane. And Mukajo, we are MBT from East Africa. This is me. This is you. This is the culture. So make sure you scan your TV to watch our music videos on Free Music TV. Peace out.
Make somebody call me Diana. Diana. Oh.
What's up, my people? It's your boy, Mr. Drew. This is me. This is you. This is the culture. Rescan your TVs to watch my music videos on Free Music TV now. Let's go. Silly.
Oh, my ego now for you.
Oh, my ego for you.
Oh, my rapper now for you.
Oh, my rapper for you.
Hi, this is Teddy. This is me. This is you. This is the culture. You scan your TV to watch my music videos on Free Music TV.
Oh, my ego now for you. Oh, my rapper now for you.
Hi, my name is Miss G, and let's do some unpacking. Now, talking about insecurities. Now, Esi Renee has been telling Lady Lomote about some insecurity that she had as a little girl. You know, she said she didn't like the color of her skin, and people used to tease her with being black.
I get that a lot now, but before I didn't like it.
Really? You didn't like your skin? You didn't like your melanin? Is there a reason?
I had to grow into it.
Right.
Yeah, because people used to laugh at me.
Right. And I think that in you know, our generation today is beginning to accept, you know,
I think we're more
everything.
Yeah, we're more. I think I'm more confident in it now than I used to before.
Than before. What changed?
I just think maybe just more mindsets, and people also just go like, this is so nice, this is a new thing that people like it and everything. But before you be in school, hey, you're so black.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy actually.
Yeah.
Because for your melanin type, right? You know that people actually have this type of melanin, and then they go on to the opposite end of the spectrum, and then they try and work their way back to it. So I'm just really happy that you've accepted it now. Were you ever at the point where you rethought having to bleach your skin?
Never. That was not an option. I just think I didn't like the fact that I didn't see what was wrong with it, and I didn't like the fact that it was something people would laugh about, and I don't like being teased. It's something I can't stand. But it was just that joke that just used to put me off. Like if somebody's gonna say something to hurt me, hey, you're so black, you're black like charcoal or something,
right?
And then you get so angry about it. But I think we were kids, so it's like it was just that thing. And now mindset-wise, I don't think people will be making jokes like that.
Yeah.
Anymore.
I mean, now if you make jokes like that, you're going to be cancelled. So
yeah.
Well, I still tell my friends that you're as black as charcoal. I love charcoal black. I wish I was that black, you know, and it makes you feel like this is real Ghanaian skin. Well, that's what I think. But how come she never became an engineer since she wanted to become an engineer? How did she land up or end up doing music?
So for your journey in making music, in coming into the limelight, were there any struggles for you? Because also, you know, it's never that easy. I mean, you keep trying and trying. There are so many people who start and then fall off along the line because I'm pushing and then I'm not seeing any results.
Yeah, I think, honestly, I don't think I wanted, like, if you asked me 2019, 2018, and they used to ask me, Rini, what would you do when you grew up? Music wasn't part of it.
Really?
It wasn't something I was going to do. Like I was.
No, really, that's a surprise.
Yeah, no. It was. So I knew I could sing. I knew I could sing, but I was really like, okay, I'm going to study engineering. I'll become an engineer. It wasn't part of it. I knew I could sing, but I just never thought that this is something I would be doing. So I think it really just forced itself around, and then it stayed, and I liked it. So I think with me, I also have this mindset where there's, as much as things are hard, I do not make it an excuse not to succeed.
I like that.
It's like, if I want to get something done, I look at, okay, generally, what's the direction, where am I trying to go to? And I'm a big believer of the law of attraction. And I set goals, high, realistic. Okay, what can I do? What can I attain? Where am I trying to get to? What do I have at this point? So I think with me, I think that allows me to deal with the disappointment bit of it.
Okay.
But I also don't try and then I'm not too attached to the whole, expectation of what success is, because I've defined that for myself and everything. So it's like, I really just love music. Okay, if this year I'm like, I want to do a show, I want to release an album, these are the metrics I'm looking for. I want to increase my fan base and all of those things. Those are the things I'm looking at. Then at the end of the day, I go back into my planning board. Was I able to do all of these things? Even if it was by 1%, I'm like,
you take it off and you're good.
And I'm good.
You did make a reference to disappointments, which is something that will happen constantly. Which has been your most painful disappointment?
I think live performance is my thing.
Okay.
So when I feel like I'm not able to deliver the way I should have been able to deliver, I get really, really sad.
Okay.
Even though people might say, oh, you was really spoiled there, it would eat me up, and I'm like, I wish I sang it like this at the beginning. And sometimes you get ahead of yourself when you're on stage. So it's like, you might hit some key where you're like, no, if you continue this key, you won't make it, but it's just like, I think that's my biggest thing. I think when it comes to me, it's how I'm able to connect with the crowd. Because I used to be very shy. So it's like, I'm still dealing with that. Like, at first I couldn't make eye contact with the crowd, so I'll close my eyes when I'm singing. I still do it. So it's like those things I think that's one of my biggest growth processes, where it's like, okay, how do I break out from that shy, timid person? Because people like your music, and then come out and
And that's Asi Renee's conversation with Lenny Lomote. Now let's go elsewhere, where Ayo Balogun, popularly known as Wizkid, is talking about his latest album, Less Ego, More Love. What does it mean? He explains.
So Wiz, we spoke at the end of last year. One thing you said stuck with me. You said that success didn't come as a surprise to you. The success you had in the year prior, Grammy, Billboard chart success, you said it didn't come as a surprise to you. And that stuck with me. Is that part of a winner's mentality? Just knowing that you'll never carry last?
If you put in work, there's no way you're going to lose, like, anything you put your heart to. And you're consistently working on that thing. You're showing up every time at the right time. You're never going to lose. Like, how are you going to lose?
How did you land on this album title, More Love, Less Ego?
It's part of my life, man. It's like a progression, The last one was made in Lagos. That's where I'm from. You already know where I'm from now. Now it's just to show you what the world needs, actually, at this time, right now, at this moment. It's a whole lot of love.
I feel like that means you need more love, no?
I have a lot of love. I got 4 kids, man.
That's a lot of love. you got love for everybody.
Listen, man. When my son kisses me at night, like good night, or like, when he's going to school, or like, that fills my heart. You can't even buy that type of love,
At this point, is that what matters? At this point in your career, is that all that
That's pretty much what I'm trying to say, like, this is pretty much all I live for. My kids, happiness, me taking care of people close to me, my friends, like, spreading a lot of love, man. Just doing what I do best. I'm making amazing music. That's like the most important thing to me in my life.
Let's talk about the music you're making. New album. First drop, Bad to Me. Linking up with P2J again, which is always a vibe. Who said we're going to slide into the Amapiano sound? Was that you or him?
To be honest, I always just push P, when we get in the studio, I'm just like, yo, let's make everything. Like, there's nothing I can't make. I don't put myself in a box. I'm not like... I'm a musician from Africa, But first things first, I'm a musician, I'm a real artist. I'm really just trying to show how blessed God has, blessed me with this talent and what I can do with it,
Do you feel that, like, you are an ambassador for the continent? Do you feel that? And do you feel the weight of that responsibility?
Absolutely. I would just be lying if I said I don't, but absolutely, I'm trying as much as possible to take the success to the highest of the highest heights. I want to show the kids from back home there's nothing you can't do, man. If I can't do it from Zulu, trust me, anybody can actually do it.
What does this chapter of your life look like? What does this chapter of the Wizkid story look like? More love, less ego. How's it gonna go?
Absolutely, more love, less ego, man. Everyone needs it, especially right now. There's war in Ukraine, man, 2022, right before our eyes. They're bombing people right now in Africa. It's crazy.
Is this the album that heals things?
This is the album that helps too.
Okay, so that's Ayo Balogi, popularly known as Wizkid's conversation about his latest album, Less Ego, Much Love, or Much Love, Less Ego, deciding, depending on how you want to put it, but is actually More Love, Less Ego. And let's go to the guys to find out who the ambassador. In fact, first, I didn't know that Wizkid had 4 kids already. He just said that in this conversation. I didn't know. I thought I knew about 2 or 3. I didn't know that he had 4. And then, of course, that conversation about he being the ambassador for the continent with regards to music. Guys, what do you think?
Well, first off, it's just sad that it wasn't a Ghanaian who's supposed to be representing, and their whole continent being an ambassador for music. That's quite sad. But I mean, obviously, these guys are putting the work. So first off, it's only right that we acknowledge them for the fact that they've been able to take the Afrobeats to the rest of the world and invite the world back into Africa. So we can give that to them. Now, about who exactly should take over the title or take the title of ambassador for Afrobeats, in Africa, I think it would boil down to interest and very opinionated, because for fans of Wizkid, I mean, he shuts down stadiums and arenas all the time. Same applies to Burna Boy, same applies to Davido. So it's very difficult to weigh in on who exactly you'd want to give it to, because they all win in various areas. Wizkid has got a certain style on him that sells Afrobeats, same as Davido and same as Burna Boy. So it will be very difficult for him to take the title and say that it goes to him. He will speak definitely for himself, because he's the one, of course he has to position himself.
But with regards to global prominence, and I know that Cyril is going to speak, don't you think he actually has more clout, more acceptance, and of course making more...
Look, I could argue it out and take it back to D'banj. You understand?
I
could argue and take it back to D'banj.
At present, D'banj obviously has done his, but P-Square did, Two-Face did. Let's call Cyril before his hand breaks. Cyril, please.
I would like to thank you for your submission, but I would respectfully disagree.
Today he made sense.
Wizkid, yeah, you've wasted 3 minutes of the viewers' time. Listen.
Don't mind him, Jay. Don't mind him.
Wizkid has been running things for a minute. International collaborations started with Wizkid. Even when Azonto hit off, Wizkid amplified it. Azonto is a derivative of that.
Sorry, who released, you were saying international collaborations. I thought even P-Square did with...
That was back then.
That was pop.
That was back then.
That was back then. That era, we didn't have
so are you saying in Afrobeats, Wizkid was the first artist to do it?
No, that's not what we are saying.
No,
we are talking at the moment.
No, there's a generation. Let me.
He just said something. I'm repeating
my brother in Christ. There's generation. There's generations. P-Squared, Two-Face, D'banj, One Day Cole. That was a different truckload of artists. We've packed that truck. We're talking about a new truck. Wizkid, Davido, Burna, Techno, blah, blah, blah.
Techno no reach like that. So.
Pana was a hit.
At least put Fireboy DML in there.
No, those are Fireboy and things. When Techno was big, what was Fireboy?
Techno didn't go on world tours. Did he do that?
I like the way so you see why I'm
Wizkid, listen, Wizkid has been doing these international collaborations for a minute. Wizkid has been winning these international awards for a minute. Even before Davido broke out with all these If and all these big hits, Wizkid already... Remember, when Davido broke out, the beef or the seeming disconnect between Wizkid and Davido was that they said Davido was trying to step into Wizkid's space. Do you remember? And that's because Wizkid had created...
He was a rich kid.
That's because Wizkid had already started carving out that niche. Burna came
So are you talking about?
So
I'm asking you again. Are you talking about longevity?
Yes, I'm saying that
because
for somebody to be there, for somebody to take that title, Jay, it needs to be like you said it yourself. It needs to be an array of factors. Longevity being one, awards being the other, and then track record being the collaborations and all that, and longevity. Nobody's been here longer than Wizkid.
I don't think I'll give the title of Afrobeat artist, ambassador.
An ambassador for
to
the continent.
Wizkid. If I were to choose, I'll give to Burna Boy.
Today.
No, but I mean, I'll give it to Burna Boy. It's not even about longevity, or it's not even about. We're talking about relevance. We're talking about relevance today. We're talking about the person who.
You can't give an ambassador to somebody just because they are relevant.
The numbers. Look, I'll tell you.
I mean, I beg to differ, but I'll tell you that. Like you said, it's subjective, bro.
Yeah, it is.
It's subjective. But it's like rappers. People ask all the time.
But for the purposes of this show, let's give it to Burna Boy.
Why? By God, we have to give it to the Burna Boy. Because I was going to also say, like he said, he's putting in the work for a minute, with recognition. Yeah. Apart from the shows he's done, he's had a lot of big plugs, either in his camp, either he's writing for them, he's playing shows with them, or he's, chilling with them.
I think
if it's just relevance, then we will say that, if it's just relevance, then we will say that Black Sherif is bigger than Stonebwoy, Sax, Shatta, and everybody, because Black Sherif is the most relevant artist now, digitally, airwaves,
but
everything.
It could be the truth.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's the flaw. If you use relevance today as your only relevance, then Black Sherif is the only artist in Ghana.
No, but I mean, look. First of all, let's go back into understanding who an ambassador is.
An ambassador needs to have that track record, because you need that history, you need that mileage. The relationships, the track record, the achievements that Wizkid has chalked over the last 10 years.
No, I mean, I know not to downplay Wizkid. I think he's done a great job. But I mean, if I was to give an ambassador...
Okay, so let's do it this way.
Listen, an ambassador is supposed to...
Let me make it simple for you.
An ambassador... No, hold on. An ambassador...
Use 10 years.
No,
use 10 years as your metrics.
Hold on. An ambassador... 2012. I'm coming.
2012 to 2022.
Let's come down to, let's say, Ghana's ambassador to France or Ghana's ambassador to Egypt. It's not even about track record or longevity. It's just about the person's ability, you understand, to deliver on the job. And as we speak now, one of the very people who is able to deliver very well on the job, and because of his delivery on the job as we speak today, has gained super international attention from various individuals, businesses, entities, is Burna Boy.
And Grammys.
And Grammys. So
why? So, Wizkid has a Grammy as well.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying, that if it's the word ambassador that you want to choose,
let's do this.
I wouldn't give it to Wizkid.
Let's do this. Maybe you want to
was simple. Miss G, 10 years.
2012
to 2022. Davido, Wizkid, Burna Boy.
That's on grounds of longevity. But longevity is just...
not just longevity.
Longevity is just
so in the last
2% of
decade,
ambassador conversation.
If I count your oxygen 2%,
I even think it is irrelevant. I even think it's irrelevant because it doesn't constitute a major part of the ambassadorial role. I mean, if you give somebody an ambassadorial role, maybe John Dumelo was an ambassador for a certain product in Ghana. Jackie Appiah was a certain ambassador. It's not about longevity. It's about influence. Today.
You can't about that influence without the longevity.
It's about today.
Okay, at this point, thank you, gentlemen, so much for joining me unpack. My name is Miss G, and I'm done unpacking.
Yeah, thank you very much, Miss G. Now, so let's back to what you were saying about this issue. Because we have to discuss it. You understand? Because
you are right.
Because
I give up. You are right.
As we speak
I give up. Jay is right.
As we speak now, its longevity is just a point, a decimal. It's small. It's today. Look, French ambassador to Ghana. French ambassador to Ghana. It's had nothing to do with how long she had been Ghanaian or how long she had lived in Ghana, or it was just about today. Anyway, I like that. So have I won?
We are half time. When you take your pills, then we'll continue.
We shall continue this conversation in the big room when we get into the main studio as well. But right now, sports is up next. I saw them flying some flags and Ghana was in there. I was sad.
Oh.
Because they removed it very soon.
The flags are free. They hang them anyway. Charlie, the sports lineup is nice today. Yeah. We're going to talk about a social angle to the whole Qatar. It takes, when you see a big building, it took some very hard, dirty men to shovel the sand and the cement and the blocks to create that beautiful edifice. And we've been celebrating how amazing Qatar looks and how everything looks like heaven, but we've not spoken about the men who are to claw and do the thankless job of creating that oasis in the desert for us to celebrate. So we're going to focus on that. And one of the teams has a special intention for these hardworking men. And apart from that, we also have a song that we're going to feature. I'm not going to tell you who, but it's also another big song. He's African, so...
Ghana is playing today, right?
So, to my last story, be friendly with Switzerland, but I don't want to talk about it. We jinx it, right? But
well, we can put out. We can actually bet. I mean, I'm telling you, hands down, that it's a 2-0 against.
It's 10 a.m. Have you watched it already?
They are playing it already.
No, they are watching at 10 a.m.
Yeah, so I'm saying 2-0 against them.
Switzerland.
Yeah,
we will beat Switzerland.
Oh, of course. Swiss. Like, I mean, I don't even know why sometimes we even some countries want to play with us. Now you are talking countries, Switzerland.
Bandana from Ghana.
If they want, they can go and eat cheese. You understand? If they want, they can go and eat cheese.
Kill them every day.
Steve, let's play some Bandana Mishatawale song to prepare the sports now. Wait, yeah, team at Switzerland. Yeah. Sports Direct is coming up next. Yeah, Switzerland.
Discover a world of innovation, a world of luxury, and a world many of us dream about owning. Discover the world of Bang & Olufsen, a particularly true brand in the ever-evolving realm of high-end electronics you might love to own. Locate us at our showroom right here in Accra, Ghana, Atlantic Tower, Liberation Road 1. Bang & Olufsen, like no one else.
Carolina, I been to follow you for our dinner. Will you be my lover? Will you be my lover? Yo, what's good, guys? I'm Larusso. This is me. This is you. This is the culture. We scan your TV to watch my music videos right here on 3 Music TV. When you see me, you they shine like that. Why you they do like that? Your friends just they like. I don't think
What's up, my people? This is Boy Spice, and this is me, this is you, this is the culture. So scan your TV to keep watching my music videos on 3TV. God bless. Love you.
Like the stars light up the sky when there's darkness in the
ready for love, but the things you do make up for. Now look at that boy, monkey, he the flex on me, junkie, shit.
Hi, what's up, my people? This is Wendy Shea. This is me, this is you, this is the culture. Rescan your TV and watch my videos on 3 Music TV. Shea Gang.
I'm a survivor.
Yeah, they colo for your love. Are they mad for your love? Are they colo for your love? Are they mad for your love?
At St. Ghana, this is Pato Ranking. You don't know. This is me, this is you, and this is the culture. You scan your TV to watch my music videos on 3 Music TV. What I say? Colo.
What's up, people? We're still watching Culture Daily. It's your boy Serial, and we're live with Sport Direct. Now, I'm getting to my first story. We're going to be getting you to look at the different perspectives around the Qatar 2022. Now, when you see a beautiful edifice, when you see a groundbreaking stadium or a huge auditorium with all the specs and all the features, it crosses your mind that this thing looks so beautiful. But what we rarely think about is who did the hard work of lifting those blocks, placing them, laying the mortar, mixing all that, doing the tiling, the finishing, the cleaning, you name it. Well, it's obviously a thankless job, to say the least. But the Dutch team is thinking about how they can thank the immigrant workers who invested in building Qatar 2022's whole environment, to reward them in such a way that their efforts will go with some financial rewards coming from the auction of their jersey. Now, the KNVB, which is the Dutch Football Association, decided that the Netherlands national team is going to auction their jersey, the jersey the players are wearing. They're going to auction them online, and the high-stakes auction is going to take all proceeds and put it together in some kind of fund to see what they can do to support the immigrant workers who came together to create the FIFA World Cup Qatar 2022 experience. Now, this is a very selfless act because these auctions, as we've known in the past, are very, very high-stakes auctions. When you have Virgil van Dijk's jersey going, you're talking a few million euro at least. And they're doing this for the entire squad. A few weeks ago, I made us aware about a football that was auctioned for 3 million euros. A football that has just been lying there for some years. But because of the match it was used for, it's coined up quite a lot of cash at the auction. Now, the Netherlands team is doing this selflessly, and they are discussing with the officials in Qatar how this fund can be used in such a way that the immigrant workers who built the stadiums, the hotels, the viewing centers, who clean up the road, who make sure that all the millions of tourists rushing into Qatar are going to be able to be catered for in a sanitary and safe environment, are rewarded. And we think this is a really, really great initiative and great sportsmanship off the pitch from the Netherlands team. And I mean, we wish to see a lot more of the international teams, the Giants, Brazil, England, you name it, doing something as selfless as this and with a social impact direction so that we are winning with football, not just with the scoreline, but also with how we impact lives and how we improve lives. And keep in mind that some of these immigrant workers are the biggest football fans. They are the ones who fill up the popular stand. They are the ones who buy the tickets. They are the one who buys the drinks and the ones who cheer, take off their shirts, do the face tattoos and all that. They love the game. And working on this below minimum wage and all other issues, it's really something they do from a passion point. And we want to say a big thank you to the Netherlands team for bringing this selfless act together and finding an innovative way of using their fan currency to earn real currency to impact the lives of these immigrant workers in Qatar 2022. Now, moving on to my mid-segment, as usual, we're still jamming with our best World Cup songs. Now, today's song, I'm going to get into it straight away. It's Akon, the man from the continent, and Kerry Hilson with Oh, Africa. Let's cut into that, and I'll tell you all about the trivia afterwards. Let's go. featuring Kerry Hilson. Now, this was released on the 31st of January 2010, even though the song was ready in 2009. Now, the producer on this song was Alexander Parham Jr., and the genre is R&B and world beats. Now, the songwriters were Timothy Thomas and Theron Thomas. So, neither Akon nor Kerry Hilson wrote this song. They were just brought on board to perform it and use their brand power. Now, the music video was directed by Gil Green, legendary Gil Green, who's worked with most of the celebrities that we love. Now, the YouTube views on this video is currently at 47 million. It's a bit low if you ask me, looking at the power of Kerry Hilson and Akon. And yesterday, we had the official song from Coca-Cola with Kenan, Waving Flag. Well, this is the competitor response from Pepsi, officially. So this is all about brand, and you can see it right there, Pepsi and Coke doing what we love best with that creative competition. Now, this song also managed to chalk a lot when it comes to accolades and awards. We have it here in Denmark, peaking at number 8, Hungary at number 4, Switzerland at number 52, and 56 in the UK singles chart. Now, this was also released to raise funds at Akon's charity Confidence for the underprivileged children in Africa. So Pepsi took the music to the next step by being able to take on the creatives, make them deliver on such a song, and then Akon leveraged on that to impact the lives of underprivileged children in Africa. If you know Akon, if you follow any of his stories, you know that this is a space where he works a lot, giving back to the African continent, and we say a big thanks to the man Akon for that. So this is Oh Africa, Akon featuring Kerry Hilson, released 2010, 47 million views on YouTube. Now, let's get out of the screen. Let's move to a topic that I can't wait to tell you about. Remember, I came to you with a story about Audi and Real Madrid, showing off some fancy spec cars, some RSs. Well, it's all over. They ditched Audi to step in with BMW. Yes, that's another one in BMW's caps. BMW has officially signed on with Real Madrid and delivered these brand new electric M-Series vehicles to the stars, selling at £109,000 each. Listen, these cars are no joke. They're all electric, fully powered sports performance cars for the Real Madrid team. Now, I have a video where we can look at this. For those of you tuned in on Plus 89.9, I'm going to do my best to describe what these electric performance BMWs look like. Let's cut into the video. So here we have the players enjoying their whip. I think they are the BMW showroom. Oh, it's beautiful there. That's an M5.0 right there. I think that's the new name they're giving the electric lineups. The Courtois, the goalkeeper, they're signing the license plate. So these are customized editions. Inside, outside, the beautiful plush hazelnut leather seats with the bucket styling. And then we have the typical BMW dash with the huge display screens and all the electronic functionality that you can think of. Now, the cars come, that's a pastel gray Rudiger right there, plugging in his car for a charge. Now, they're pushing the agenda of sustainable driving. So what BMW is doing is leveraging on these talents, these football talents, to push their new lineup of electric cars. Now, the cars look and perform just like their carbon copies that use fuel. But the advantage here is that the whole world is talking about sustainability goals, and BMW is doing that with one of the most favorite things that we love, cars and footballers. Now, that's Benzema stepping into his all-black X6 electronic there. That's Modric also standing by his own. And the players look elated. They look happy to be there. Now, not to say they didn't look happy with Audi, but there's a spark on their faces when you see this. Maybe it's the performance angle. Knowing that you can get home, charge up your car, and be on the racetrack whenever you want. There's a good feeling to that. And Real Madrid and BMW seem to have sealed in a solid relationship here. And trust me, guys, those of you listening in on Plus 89.9, these cars are stunners. The new BMW grille, the huge kidneys as they call them, the beautiful electric xenon lights, the plush paint finish, and the style of a typical BMW sports car that you'd expect. Now, I don't know how you're going to react when you see your favorite football stars from Real Madrid cruising around in their favorite electric BMWs. Now, that's an i4, which is a new lineup for the 4 Series hybrid, gone electric and running on turbos and some systems as well. Now, I'm drooling as I'm talking. I'm a Mercedes guy, right? But those BMWs look great. I don't know which one Jay is going to choose, but the i4 there that Benzema was cruising seems like it should have had cereal on it. But I didn't play football. Jay, Miss G, I'm going to come to you in a second, but I still want to focus a bit on my first story, right? And say that we need to find a way in everything we do to reward the thankless jobs. Because everything that we do, we find a way to achieve it. We employ people, we employ labor, we employ expertise. But it's like once the recipe is done, we celebrate the outcome and forget the people who really put in the toil, the blood, sweat, and tears to make it happen. And I hope that the Black Stars in their own way are going to see this and do something about it and see how we can also give back selflessly for the thankless jobs. Now, for Jay and Miss G, like I was saying, Real Madrid went from Audis to BMWs. We've seen some of the amazing Audis lineups there. I want to know what you think about that. Them switching from Audi to BMW and what it means for Audi, and if indeed it's going to come out with a little backlash, especially them ditching it at such a time where most of the players have the spotlight on them on the World Cup.
Well, the good news for us is that at least we have got MTN supporting us, our boys. We don't have any automobile company yet, rallying behind us. You always will have a choice. Somebody who has the biggest bargaining power will definitely have, the right, or will definitely have the spots, if that's how to put it. So if they ditch them, maybe somebody had a better deal than they did. Definitely, the biggest bidder or the highest bidder is always the one who carries the deal.
It's strictly business.
I think you're right.
Yeah, that's it. Listen to Jay.
I think she's right.
For once, today, we need to mark down today's date. No, but like Charlie, what the Netherlands guys are doing, auctioning their jerseys to get some revenue so that they can help the immigrant workers who helped bring together Qatar. I'm thinking what your feedback on that is, because I think it's really selfless for them to take their brands, auction off the property of their jerseys, get money, and give to these immigrant workers. What do you have to say about that?
You want to speak?
No, I think it's fine. I think it's a fantastic idea.
I think that we don't have a corporate philanthropic work when it comes to the Black Stars.
Exactly.
I think they do in their bid individually. What they have not done is what the Netherlands have done, or the team has done. They have not auctioned their jersey yet. But the thing I need to ask you, Cyril, is that are we a community that will allow, endure, tolerate, and appreciate it when they auction their jersey?
Exactly.
Or we just rubbish the jersey and say, Black Star jersey, maybe you understand the kind of mentality that we have.
We won't know till we try. And those who can afford it will understand.
Well, hopefully.
Yeah.
Hopefully, if they come together and think of a thing like that, maybe.
Anyway, I'm thoroughly impressed, but all too soon, Sport Direct is wrapping up. My 90 minutes is up. It's your boy C-Real. Forget about Jay and Miss G in the studio there. We're still on Culture Daily. My girl Lenny is coming up. Today's Thursday. You're going to see what's happening online. I'm out for today. I'll see you.
Discover a world of innovation, a world of luxury, and a world many of us dream about owning. Discover the world of Bang & Olufsen, a particularly true brand in the ever-evolving realm of high-end electronics you might love to own. Locate us at our showroom right here in Accra, Ghana, Atlantic Tower, Liberation Road 1. Bang & Olufsen, like no one else.
What's up, my people? This is Boy Spice, and this is me, this is you, this is the culture. So scan your TV to keep watching my music videos on 3TV. God bless. Love you all.
Like the stars light up the sky when there's darkness in the
ready for love, but the things you do make up for. Now look at that boy, monkey, he the flex on me, junkie, shit.
Hi, what's up, my people? This is Wendy Shay. This is me, this is you, this is the culture. Rescan your TV and watch my videos on Green Music TV. Shay Gang.
I'm a survivor.
Sweet white wine, there's no Hennessy. I'm just running. Even though the country don't tie.
Yo, what's up, guys? It's Ladi Poe, the leader of the revival. This is me. This is you. This is the culture. Big ups to 3 Music on the launch of their new station. Did you do that? Love.
But forget my nigga. Crown don't bend from the stress, my nigga. It's getting hard to suppress my liquor. I'm a doing bad, you see my family, but she my journey. Money, I'm a doing bad, but she journey, but she my journey. I'm a doing bad, you see my family.
Yo, what up, Ghana? What's good? It's your boy YC on my lounge, number 1. Ain't nobody better than. This is me, this is you, this is the culture. We scan your TV right now to watch my music videos on 3 Music TV. Don't touch it.
But you said it's up to you and you, baby, no. Make somebody call me Diana. Oh.
What's up, my people? It's your boy, Mr. Drew. This is me, this is you, this is the culture. Rescan your TVs to watch my music videos on 3 Music TV now. Let's go. Silly.
Carolina, I been to follow you for a dinner. Will you be my lover? Will you be my lover? Yo, what's good, guys? I'm Larusso. This is me, this is you, this is the culture. We scan your TV to watch my music videos right here on 3 Music TV. When you see me, you they shine like that. Why you they do like that? Your friends just they like.
Welcome back. Good morning. Today is a Thursday. I hope that you're having a really, really great Thursday. Now, I think I can say why Miss G, Cyril, and Jay are forgetting names, right? It's throwback, right? So their minds have gone back. So they don't remember anything. That is just by the way. Now, today we are switching it up again for our Trending Live. Today being a Thursday, we are looking at our TikTok Thursdays, and we are going to focus on this beautiful, beautiful, untalented lady from Nigeria. She goes by the name Neola. Enjoy her videos.
After the show, we go Dubai. Make your body feel relaxed, no majiwaga. You can spell it on me, baby, no jargon. I know that you got your eyes on me now, baby boo. If anybody send on you, not taboo. Cause now only you do goofy to shit your way. I said, baby, on the pakuru, but she the shot at the loop. Angelina, she be my only boo. She know fit to leave me up in Otobo. Otto, you will show me the lane you. Gonna deep away, I feel they make me sober. Toba la sita. It's like when you with the bazooka. Post your medulla, your blongata. Ocaraya, I know the artificial. Make you just the fire, make you dance, they go. Scatter that my logic sorrow. I don't give a fuck, did it on my own. Why you can't the vex, no, there is your door. Nobody, friend. I dare for you. But me, nobody be like you. Hello, me wrong. I'm so fake love, them could they show you. But you know they beef, you know when that hates me. You carry my matter for head to shook at me. Hallelujah to the most high. I know go ever forget you. See my shoulder, make you rest up on me. You know I got you. Now me be a friend in need. I'm on the money don't show now. I don't give some for you. You know go suffer. Cause anything I get now for me and you, yeah. How are you, my friend? How do you do, my friend? I know sometimes it be like say.
Okay, so you're welcome back from that, okay? So seeing what she does, she's an Afrofusion artist. She's also a songwriter and a creator. Now, I like to say that she is a music content creator as well. That's in addition to being an Afrofusion artist and a songwriter. So I have her here, the beautiful Neola, talented as well. Hi there, Neola. Hi, Neola, can you hear me? Hi, Neola. Hello? Okay, so before Neola comes back on, let me just go read comments from, that video she did. She's done a very viral cover of a particular song that is Cough, right? That has just taken over. Oh, she's back. Hi, Neola.
Hello.
Hi, good morning. Thanks for joining us. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Right, great. All right, so I was saying, thanks for joining us this morning.
You said what?
Thanks for joining us this morning. Thank you for joining this morning.
Oh, yeah, you're welcome. Thank you for having me.
Right. Okay. So now, for the purposes of those who do not know who Neola is, I'd love for you to tell us who you are and what your essence is.
Okay. I'm Neola. I'm a singer. I'm a songwriter. I'm a content creator. And my essence is just to live, do music, and be happy.
To do music and be happy. Now, coming into the music industry, there is a musician called Neola. Weren't you just thrown aback a bit that your names are going to be confused? Because you are Neola and then we have Neola.
I think it's different. Mine is Neola. Hers is Neola. So I don't think it's...
So you don't think there'll be any confusion there?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Neola.
Okay. All right. So being an Afrofusion artist and a songwriter, I'll just love to ask, first, what does music mean to you?
To me, music is life. It's something that gives me confidence so much. It's just me living. Yeah. The music for me is life.
Music is life. So, in watching your content, right, you did mention that you didn't find your true passion for music until 2018, right? Now, looking back a few years or looking forward a few years, would you say prior to 2018, you weren't living, quote unquote?
Sorry, I didn't get that. Would I say what?
Prior to 2018, you said you found your passion for music in 2018. So prior to that, because you're saying music is life, I'm just asking that, would you say prior to discovering your true passion for music, you weren't quote unquote living?
No, I was, yeah. Music wasn't my first love. I used to be a dancer, and for me, then dance was like the only thing that actually mattered until 2018 when I discovered music.
Right. So there's dance. Okay, so you're an entertainer then?
Yeah, I am. Yeah, sure.
Okay. So with your 2 weeks stint with the German record label, right? Your 2 week stint with the German record label, what were some of the learnings that you took from that?
What record? German record label?
Yes.
Sorry, I didn't get that.
Your 2 week stint with the German record. Yes, with the German record label. What learnings did you pick from that in comparison to now?
I learned a lot. I made so many mistakes. The label made mistakes also. So it was just like it was a growth for me. So I had to correct some things that right now I wouldn't do.
Okay.
So it was
Which are
like
those
that.
things? Which are those things?
Working on my craft, becoming better, and knowing how to relate to people. Yeah.
Okay, so are you signed on to another record label now, or are you an individual artist?
I'm not signed under any record label now. I'm independent for now.
Okay. Now, okay, right, that's fine. So with your music and music content, right, on TikTok specifically, how has that, opened you up to new audiences and then created that sort of fan base for you? I think we've lost Neola. Oh, okay. Network issues, guys. Network issues. You have to pardon us on this one. Definitely. I hope to have her back. But yes, I want us to also just go listen to... Hi, Neola. Okay, so I just want us to watch more of her videos. Now, she does music content creation. So if I say music content creation, she does these renditions, refixes, and covers on her TikTok, right? Now, it takes us also on a journey where sometimes she also refixes the entire album. So when we take an album... Okay, Neola is back. Hi, Neola.
Hello.
Yes, I was asking about TikTok and how it has opened you up to more audiences.
The funny thing is, I had been on TikTok since 2020, I think, but I wasn't active on TikTok until I think early this year. Yeah, okay. So I became very active this year, and trust me, it's been awesome. Like many of my contents that went viral, I would say it was thanks to TikTok. Yeah, if not for TikTok, so I would have gone viral.
Right, you've done the cover to Cough, right? That has gone viral as well. Since doing that cover, how has your status changed? Especially because more people know about you now, and then not only know you as a content creator, but also know you as a musician.
Yeah, so many people got to know me through that cover. I wouldn't lie. I mean, when I mean people, I mean valuable people, not just having fans and all of that. Trust me, it's been amazing so far. Like everywhere I go to, I'm always like, hey, runner girl, weren't you the girl that did this stuff on Kiss Daniel cover? And trust me, it makes me feel so proud. And I'm like, wow, the future is bright. So that's all I can actually say for now. Yeah.
Okay. Now, Kiss Daniel posted you and then also gave you a huge amount of money, right? What led up to, what led up to Kiss Daniel gifting you the 500,000 naira, and what are your plans to put in that money to use?
My plans in putting that money to use, I want to be realistic. I actually don't know for now. The money is just there. Like the money is there, looking at me with my management. But I'm very sure I'm going to use it for something really valuable. Yeah, music-wise, of course.
Right. Okay. So when did it all come together for you, right? I'd love to know, when did making covers come together for you? Because I did realize that you do make covers for albums as well, which I think is intense and extensive, right? Just having to cram the whole album in a few minutes is a lot for me. Because what I know is that people do covers for songs, right? I saw it differently with you in doing albums. You just put all the songs on that album together and you run us through the cover, and it both comes together nicely, both in reference to when you are doing covers for the songs and when you are doing covers for the albums. So when did that come in for you?
Okay. Normally I most times, I started with mashups. Like what I just do is I mash up different songs together. Mm-hmm. From then I started doing covers of the song. Then from then I started doing album cover where I listen to all the songs in the album. I mean, whatever album comes out, I take my time to listen to everything, to learn new stuff from the artist. And it just happens naturally that I want to do something. I want to use this cover or use this album to bring out my own creativity. So it's an habit for me. I would just put it that way. Yeah. I like the songs and I just want to mash them up together. Content out of it.
I totally agree. Even though it doesn't look easy, I agree that it comes naturally to you because, come on, it should take a lot of work for that to happen. But when next should we expect, single, a new single, an EP or an album from you?
I would say next year. I actually have an EP. I dropped an EP.
A new one?
This year.
Okay.
Yeah. The link in bio.
Okay.
IG.
Okay.
At Neola. The link in bio. I have like 6 tracks. It's my recent project. But about single, I think that should be early next year, or probably towards the end of the year.
Yeah. Right. Okay, so let's talk about your music, right? With your song Goosebumps, I see that it has an appreciable number of views on YouTube. What would you say is that thing that you've done with Goosebumps that you've not done with your other songs yet? With your song Goosebumps?
Okay, maybe promotion. I would say promotion.
Okay.
And as an upcoming artist, you have enough finances or budgets to actually put your songs out. So if you have couple songs, just focus on one. So probably maybe I did more on Goosebumps. So I think that was what happened.
That's what. Well, I'd love to see you promote all your other songs, probably equally at the point where, now that TikTok is coming in, hopefully you can get a lot of brand deals, get a lot of money to push into your music, because you are definitely an amazing talent, okay? And also, having done covers for a lot of people, including Omale, Black Sheriff, Jackie, Rema, all of these people, when you actually have to choose one person to be on a song of yours, who would it be?
I wouldn't mind anyone. Sincerely speaking, I wouldn't mind anyone. I wouldn't mind anyone that comes my way. Like, I'm hoping. Yeah, I'm hoping.
Nice. And I hope you get these collaborations soon, because what collaborations also do is, to help further push your music, right? So, yes, you are an amazing musician, like I've already mentioned. But before I let you go, I want you to sell yourself in 30 seconds before I let you go. Just sell yourself in 30 seconds.
Okay, let me sing a song. Now you they torture me for body. Now you they make me they smile anytime you call me honey. Oh yeah. Now you they torture me for body, yo. Now you they make me they smile every day, every night. Give me love, give me something, give me everything. We go make body bubble. Oh baby, yeah, baby, oh. Monico Jowo, Fumini Fere Jowo, Fumini Fere oh. 'Cause I'm in love with you.
You have such a beautiful voice. Now, I can only wish you, the best of luck on this music journey. And I'd love to see you blow up from Nigeria and then through other African countries and to the rest of the world. Thanks for speaking to us and enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you so much, Neola. Thank you. Yeah. All right. So you just heard me speak to Neola, who is an Afro-fusion artist, a songwriter, and a music content creator as well. This is one of the ways that people have been able to use TikTok to their benefit, right? To open themselves up to different audiences and also to bring attention to their craft. Now, talking about attention, let me just have the honor of mentioning that we, 3 Music TV, have been nominated at this year's RTP Awards. Now, it's happening on Sunday, the 11th of December, 2022 at 4 p.m. sharp, right? So, yes, you have to vote. Definitely, you have to vote. Now, we've been nominated in the Emerging TV Station of the Year category, right? We've put in the work. We've gotten to this point. If you support us, what you can do is just pick up your phones right now and dial *447*111#. So it's *447*111#. And then you enter the code 39. It's only right. You won't forget this. 3 Music TV. You enter the code 39, right? That's when you dial the *447 *111 hash. Enter code 39 and vote away. Vote as many times as you want and as you can. Let us bring this right home to 3 Music TV, right? And then I would also like to say a big thank you to everybody that has worked so hard to bring 3 Music TV up to this point. Salute to you all. You have made it happen. Alrighty. And so, yes, this has been Trending Live for today. I hope that you enjoyed it. Now, you can also check Neola out on her socials. She's Art Neola. That's ARTNEYORLA. Okay, check her out, enjoy her mashups, her covers, and her music. My name, Lenny Lamote, and I'm checking out. Catch you tomorrow. Up next, The Big Conversation.
Nothing where I no go do for my filo. Rest on me like pillow. I'ma go for 10 kilo, 10 kilo. Nothing where I no go do for my filo. Rest on me like pillow. I'ma go do 10 kilo. I dey like you, no be whiny. You are high key, you dey play for my mindy. And your white teeth to be shiny with your nose ring. You are bad and I like you. This girl from Sapa. And get back. Let me look on them. Vuvuzela, vuvuzela. Yeah, go like Bahala. I never from Yawa. I just like your mother, sister, Esther of your papa. My favorite liquor, my booze. My favorite music, my blues. Nothing I no go do for my pillow. My personal hollow show. For the days I'm on the low. Nothing I no go do for my baby. We cuss and then discuss and fuck. She know the record. When I hit her, my hammer, my selector. I know those pass a nigga. She did take her. Pene that. I cannot play with her. I say we got nothing where I go do for my filo. Rest on me like pillow. I'ma go for 10 kilo. Nothing where I no go do for my filo. Rest on me like pillow. I'ma go do 10 kilo. I dey like you, no be whiny. You are high key, you dey play for my mindy. And your white teeth to be shiny with your nose ring. You are bad and I like you. This girl from Sapa. And get back. Let me look on them. Vuvuzela, vuvuzela. Yeah, I know like Bahala. I never from Yawa. I just like your mother, sister, Esther of your papa. Put it in, I make I put it in. Put it in, shave, I put it in. Put it in, shave, well everything. Can I put it in, baby, can I put it in? Put it in, yeah, baby, put it in. Put it in, shave, I put it in. Will you live it in, yeah, can you live it in? I put it in. Nothing I no go do for my one way. Nothing I no go do for my baby.
Fire in a wall.
Nominees for the 12th Adonko RTP Awards are ready. Who walks home with prestige and pride? The 12th Adonko RTP Awards comes up at the Movenpick Ambassador Hotel, Sunday, 11 December 2022, 4 p.m. sharp. The 12th Adonko RTP Awards is sponsored by Adonko Company Limited, Adonko Next Level Energy Drink, Jinre Estates, Special Drinks, Simisura by Abdul, Yas Tissues, Dofil Roofing Systems, A to Z Auto Servicing, and Corporate Ghana Awards. For 3 Music TV to win Emerging Television Station of the Year award, dial *447*111 hash. Enter nominee code 39 to vote.
She give me wine and a whole lot.
And yes, welcome back. Miss, you wanted the song title again. Your favorite artist who was just Philo. Yeah, she was just jumping that Philo. And then, today we all been doing, and then we just go Philo, right? It's been a day of not remembering song lyrics and titles, but it's all good though.
Because our brains have gone back. So it's throwback Thursday, so our brains have gone back.
We are in 94, 95. Yeah, it's way back, and we've left what is current. But it's all good. It's all good though. For 10 years now as well, Rhythms on the Runway has been very active. Big shouts to the brain behind it, the 1957 squad, and the leader himself, the leader of the pack, KOD, Kofi Ochre-Dakun, who's been like a brother, a big brother. KOD, I keep saying that everybody owes KOD in this industry. I mean,
he's been
one way or the other, you would definitely have to, you have an encounter with him, and he's always one of those people that would always even reach out to you and check up on you. KOD has got that attitude as well. So big shouts going out to KOD, who will be his team will be guests on the show via Zoom this morning to talk more about fashion and music and preparations gearing up towards the Rhythms on the Runway, which is about to happen. I think in the next couple of days, or if it's not this weekend, Sunday. Yes, so a couple of days coming up. Why? Well, you have to be there, right?
I definitely have you guys for date. Sexy guys. Yeah, you sexy guys.
Are you not lucky?
Well, also we have Miss this morning, but he's not talking about fashion and music. He's talking about dance to music.
Yeah.
Mr. Robert Clark is our guest this morning. Should we make reference to Charterhouse, or should just keep you away from Charterhouse this morning?
Oh, this morning is about Dance of Terror.
It's about him.
No, Dance of Terror.
It's about Dance of Terror. Yeah.
I wear many hats and I have to use it when I have to.
Yeah. He wears the different hats. Yeah.
Multi-hatted.
The red hair is gone.
But whilst we get to connect with our team from 19th, the Rhythms on the Runway, whilst we get to connect with them real quickly, I want to get confirmation about the Afrobeats conversation. I'm still quite sad that you want to give the ambassadorial role to Wizkid. Not that I don't like Wizkid. I love Wizkid. I mean, any day, all day, every day.
Cyril was trying to get.
But I think that we should just give credits where credit is due.
Today, your friend who always will support you on Twitter, disagrees with you.
It's sad that
he says,
been bribed by Cyril.
Even with influence,
yes,
Wizkid has more influence in the world.
Like, I don't know
way more than Benna. And you know what he did? He typed the Benna in capitals. I don't know why. And he said, check the track record now and even music certification.
Wizkid, if it's not only
anything Benna
Drake
is doing now, Wiz has done long time ago.
If it's not only Drake and Drake said like he done in the top.
Thank you, Steven.
Yeah, Drake and Justin Bieber and what's other person is always with Chris Brown.
He's done
aside from these three friends that he has.
Now
that's all. That's all. We'll come to Bernard later when he's eating lobster with DJ Khaled. But anyway, we'll be going to our conversation. We'll come to lobster conversation. Cyril, lobster. Our guests are live online with us this morning. So I've got I've got a fashion designer and founder of Mod HQ. It's Ami Yomekpe, and also I've got Aaron Eagley. Aaron, good morning. He's events and communication GM for Hugly, and Joy Darkon as well, freelance fashion designer. And these are all indirect or direct active members making this event happen on Sunday with Rhythms on the Runway. Let me just get them on the line now if they can hear me. Good morning, and I think team, if you want to hear them as well, we'll put our headsets on. Good morning to the team. Hello. There they are. Yes.
Hi, good morning.
Squad. This whole squad. Okay, hi, so I just please, you can unmute your microphones in case it's off, and then we can hear you loud and clear. First off, I want to pick each person's involvement in Rhythms on the Runway this year. Let me start off with you, Aaron.
Hi. Good morning. So this year, my role in Rhythms on the Runway is essentially to manage the green carpet area with working with closely with Nabil and the team.
Okay, so that means we'll be coming into the green carpet experience this year as well. Before that, so let me move to Amy. Amy, good morning.
Ami.
No.
Hi, good morning.
I beg your pardon, Amy. I keep saying Amy. Please pardon me. You should understand that I'm British.
You so quickly.
I'm British by profession. Ami, please talk to us.
That's okay.
Your involvement in this year's event.
Can you hear me clearly?
Loud and clear.
Oh, great. So I'm one of the designers on board. I run Mod HQ, which is a women's wear fashion brand based here in Accra. And we are very excited for this year. This 10th edition is really going to be memorable.
Wow, we're looking forward to that. And then let me move to Joey Darko as well. Joey, good morning.
Good morning, Jay.
Talk to us. Your involvement this year.
Okay, so this year I'm actually helping with coordination with the designers as well as, basically communications as well.
All right, very exciting. So now let's drill down to understanding what it's all about this year. Let me come back to Ami, aka I'll say Amy. Let me come back to Ami. Ami, give us an idea. Yes, give us an idea of what we are. I mean, this is going to be a visual experience. What we are looking forward to be seeing this year.
So Rhythms on the Runway has always been like a melting pot of fashion, music, and culture. And this year is not going to be any different. It's just going to be more amplified. So you need to be there to see it. Not just a visual spectacle, but also an auditory spectacle, a memorable spectacle, things that you will keep talking about after the show is done. So I would encourage everybody to be there.
In terms of designs, have you had a chance to, I'll be throwing that question to Joey, but in terms of what the designers will present, have you had a chance to experience, and what do you have to say about it?
Well, designers are very, very secretive at this point because we want to be able to reveal what we've been working on for months. So I can't say for sure right now. I can only speak for myself, and what we've worked on this year is something we haven't done before, and it's really challenged our creative process. And even though sometimes it's tough, I just say to myself, we've never done this before. So this would be a good opportunity for us to show how really creative we can be.
You're working with the models, aren't you?
Yes, yeah.
What kind of grooming are they going through? Because now it's no more a Ghanaian conversation. It's a global conversation. What kind of what does it take to create these models, to make them, walk these runways to look so international? Anytime we come by and see them, what kind of work is going into this year's event?
Well, for this year, I know we are working with not just with Ghanaian models, we're also working with some guest models who are not particularly Ghanaian. So also making sure that the Rhythms brand can stand on the global stage. This is quite important. And as a designer, obviously the collection that you're building, you must have a concept that you need to carry through, and the models also need to embody that concept. Do you want them to look elegant? Do you want them to look futuristic, etc.? So having the models buy into this concept is very important because they're also part of the story you're going to tell on the runway. And I believe we have the girls to do that this year.
Joey, coming to you, what is your major input into this, and what are we looking out to get from what you are working on with Rhythms from the Runway?
Okay, so I am more of the behind-the-scenes kind of guy with a lot of brands, multiple brands, as I like to put it. And my involvement this year is actually to try and capture what the industry needs, and infusing it to, what the vision of 1957 for Rhythms on the Runway is, because there are two major things at play here in the creative space, all in the creative space. We have music and we have fashion. And usually, KOD is someone who is well-versed in both industries. And what he has done is pick the relevant people so that they can better put out the relevant stakes for both of them. Okay, so when you have music, like a music concert, it's a major thing. When you have a fashion runway show alone, it's also a major thing. But merging both of them, you would definitely need people who understand the industry individually to play a major part of it and then bring it together to merge very well. So I think that's what we are trying to harness this for Rhythms on the Runway all the way through, and it keeps getting better every year. It's the 10th year, and we are super excited about it.
I mean, it's 10 years already. First off, how long have you been working on this brand?
Trust me, I've been with KOD for as long as I can remember. Like you said in your introduction, everybody owes KOD, and it's actually a privilege to come on board. This is my first time in-house for Rhythms on the Runway in particular, but I've known and been working with KOD directly and indirectly for about 10 years. So I'm super excited about this one and the growth that the brand has seen.
Well, definitely, people always look out for the experience at Rhythms on the Runway because you always amplify the experience each year. I wish you could have been drilled down to exactly what we'll be seeing and experiencing when we come, but I know you say come and see it for yourself. But yes, we've been talking about carpets and the carpet experience. Now we've heard of black carpets, we've heard of green carpets, blue carpets, now even moving away from the red carpets. Aaron, what is the experience going to be like this year?
So, typical of fashion events, you would have the typical paparazzi doing their pictures and all that. But what we're adding to this year is that we all know football is starting on Sunday, and we feel that we don't want people to pick and choose and say, oh, I'll do football instead of doing fashion. So we're bringing a bit of football into the experience zone. Together with DSTV, we're having a giant screen to screen the opening ceremony and the first match. And also, you know that where there's football, there must be some food and some drink and some beer. So we're also bringing in a food van, plus our favorite wache from Rockstones Wache would be there, and then some pints of beer as well, and some drinks from some of our sponsors will also be available. So we are expecting that the green carpet will be a great place to start a great evening.
My very own Terry Mingle also joins us in the conversation this morning, and he's communications executive Rhythms on the Runway. Terry, good morning. How are you doing?
Good morning. I'm doing terrific.
AKA Mike.
Yourself?
I'm good too. Well, Terry, so this year, how many fashion designers have been engaged so far?
About 14 or 15 fashion designers, ranging from emerging brands to Corp Daily, which is quite a clash of fashion titans on the big stage this come November 20th. 2022.
There are so many fashion designers who look forward to being part of Rhythms on the Runway because of the prestige it carries. How do you select who is going to be on this year? What's the criteria? What goes into it?
First of all, I'd like to start by saying that we are actually celebrating the ingenuity of African talent. So we'll look for brands that are actually, progress-oriented, brands that and trends, brands that understand the fact that we need to carry the mantle of Africa to a bigger height and try to elevate the status quo of what the world thinks about Africa. So in that sense, we actually look for brands who are well aligned with some of the missions, the visions, and of course the objectives of Rhythms on the Runway. And that's what truly we actually look out for, the most important thing.
That's exciting. Now, on the back of that, let me ask you, Joey. So, in its entirety, what kind of I don't know how to say whether it's the imaging or when I come and I watch these fashion designers exhibit their outfits and their clothing in total, what am I going to what sense of I don't know how to put it as in what am I going to get the experience am I going to get from all this? Is it painting a certain African story? Is it drilling down to a Ghanaian culture? What exactly will be exhibited and what's the story behind it?
Okay, so I think the first thing we should take a look at is the fact that the fashion industry is an economic driving force for every country. And it has been and it will continue to be for a very long time as far as we are, as human beings, need clothing. And it transcends from just being a need or a necessity to being something that is attached to culture and is attached to the way of life of a certain group of people. So narrowing down to what we are going to have this year at Rhythms on the Runway, it's going to be, a heightened key of Ghana is the place to be right now. And everybody's talking about Ghana. Everybody's having that conversation. Hollywood is moving to Ghana. Everybody is moving to Ghana now. So there's that spotlight on Ghana and the creative space. So what we are going to do, or what you should expect, is a lot of identity being blown up for the entire globe to see. We have a lot of creative people in our space, and we always have had the small stages, played on the small stages. But now is the time when we have our local designers styling Hollywood superstars and all. I feel like now is the time we are going to just exhibit what we truly have.
I think I lost a part of your audio there.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Okay, sorry about that. So I was just saying is for us to show to the world what we've always had, creative-wise, and blow it up for the entire globe to be a part of or witness. So yeah, you should expect everything and anything creative.
That's exciting. Now, talking about anything creative, Ami, so sometimes we see very extraordinary, designs from designers that are showcased on runway specifically. Are these commercial or targeted as a certain niche market? Are they, ready to wear?
It all depends on the vision of the designer. I always say that fashion shows are the best platforms to blow your mind. So when you see all these extravagant things and you wonder to yourself, would this ever be worn? Fashion is also a form of creative expression. For the designer, this is the point where he or she can show how wild she can go, or he can go with manipulating fabric, working with different elements, etc. Think of it as a painter and a canvas, and the artist being able to express himself on canvas with beautiful colors. You see it and you wonder, how did this come about? That's what it is for a fashion designer. So a fashion show can have a mix of all these ones that you've mentioned. It could be ready to wear, it could be couture, it could be blowing your mind as far as you can go. It all depends on the vision of the designer. For me, I always say that having a mix of everything is always a good thing. So there's something for everybody.
That's exciting. On the back of that, does it come, usually when fashion shows happen, does it directly impact the fashion designer in any way? And if it does, how does it impact the fashion designer?
Well, again, it depends on what you're putting out there. I always say that fashion shows are an investment, and also an investment into your brand, showcasing what you can do. You might not get a return on the investment immediately, as in there and then, but it would come later on. I've done quite a number of them, and it's interesting how shows that were done 5 years ago are now impacting my business. So it depends on what you're showing. If you're showing ready to wear and somebody sees it and wants to purchase it there and then, great. If you're showing couture or you're showing bridal that somebody sees and makes a mental note that, oh, I saw this designer on this runway, I'd like to get in touch, that's also great. So I always say that it's an investment. See it as an investment, and that investment will surely pay off.
It sounds exciting again. Aaron, I'll be coming to you in a bit, but still on Amy, do you have any personal experiences of, people who have contacted you for a particular extravagant or creative outfit that you produced?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, we've done quite a number of shows over the years, and sometimes it's immediate, sometimes it takes some time, sometimes it's even years. I saw you in a show in Cape Town, and I really like what you showcased. Can I have it made? I'm like, that was years ago, but then, no, I want to get it. And so that's down to you as a designer to also keep being as creative as you can possibly be, and keep improving yourself and keep pushing yourself, because that's the only way you keep drawing from that well of creativity. It's like a muscle that needs to be exercised all the time. So the more creative you are, the better you get at it.
Okay, so I'm sticking to Aaron and Terry. I'm going to come to you for technical conversations shortly, but to Joey, how do fashion designers who exhibit their stuff on the runway protect what they have in terms of designs? You know, I don't know if, because yes, in music there's copyright and all, but what about fashion designers?
Yeah, I think there are a couple of fashion lawyers actually in Ghana now. You can do that, but the thing is, on a more general scale, it will be very difficult for you to trace because as an industry, we've not gotten to the stage where we can actually, trace who is doing what at what point. You know, let's ask ourselves how many fashion companies are actually even properly registered, in the first place for you to, trace all of this. And there are brands coming up every single time. So now, industry-wise, what we are trying to do is have a collective or a guild, for lack of a better word, to try and trace all of this. And through that, we would get to know which brands are properly established, which brands people should go to and trust. In industries like Italy, Milan, they have these proper channels that you can actually trace where a particular garment is coming from or who, did it first, so to speak. So I think that's one of the advantages of a fashion show where people get to forecast their creativity and then patent whatever look they have. Balenciaga does it, Gucci does it, all of that. But they are in the space of a properly structured industry. Okay. And so it's very easy for you to, put your mark on your work or put your stamp on your work. But now we have things like trends and other factors that goes into creativity that makes it very difficult for you to know who this particular garment belongs to. With the guild in Milan, they have a 5-factor rule that if you make a dress, and if someone else makes a dress, and you can change 5 things about the dress, it becomes your own. So you can change color, maybe button, you can change the cut of the bottom, you can change the color, and then it becomes your own creative work. Okay, so there are little bits and bobs of factors that goes into that. It's very technical, but I think what we can do now is try and focus on building an industry that comes together, and then we can take it up from there step by step.
Wow. Okay. I think you had a question you wanted to ask here.
So I wanted to ask, maybe Terry could help us with this. 10 years ago, you set out to do Rhythms on the Runway. 10 years on, would you say that you have achieved the set goal, or say the purpose for which Rhythms on the Runway has been established?
So actually, what began as a humble, intimate gathering at Citizen Kofi about a decade ago has today become, sayably or agreeably, $1 million, uniting a league of music legends and, of course, a clash of fashion titans like that under one group. So this actually reaffirms the hope that all dreams can come true if we actually have the courage to pursue it. Rhythms on a Runway has actually come a very long way. There has been a lot of evolution, development, learning, some triumphs, perhaps some losses. But in the end, of course, you could definitely agree that, yes, there has been some transitioning and some learning curves throughout the way. And yes, this year, we actually would say that there is the green edition. So, of course, we're trying to drive people towards a more sustainable way of fashion. Some people do argue that Africa actually already is sitting within the sustainable space. But I also like to say this, that we're still in a sustainability movement, the entire fashion industry. And I still feel that Africa as a continent is still struggling. For, 1 billion people living in the continent of Africa, there's not nearly enough accessible and sustainable fashion options to meet the demands. And we're also a growing niche. So what's going to happen is if we don't learn these different schematic mechanisms now, it might actually affect us later if we're not prepared for what's to come. So I feel that now's the time to start the conversation about sustainable fashion, even though in certain circles it's already practiced, for people to understand the need. Yes, as opposed to it just being a behavioral culture.
And also, I just want to add that, we have Lagos Fashion Week. Even here, we have Accra Fashion Week. and all that going on around the continent. 1957 Rhythms on the Runway, is this going to be a product that will move from just being held in Ghana to other, neighboring countries, even in Africa, so far as we are looking to promote, African brands? Are we looking to move the product from being hosted here in Ghana or have editions in other neighboring countries to perhaps activate a wider market?
Absolutely. You'd actually pay close attention to most of our communication wordings. You'd realize that we don't just centralize most of our messages to Ghana, but actually a way of uniting Africa on a bigger front. So definitely, this is something we're looking to taking it even not just on the African continent, but even to the African diaspora, because of course, Africans are not only found on this land, but everywhere else. So the bigger picture, the vision is to actually go out there, go large, stand loud and proud, and of course, wave the African flag across the world.
I'm going to come to the commercial. Yeah, I mean, okay, you're going to say, I was coming to you as well. I mean, do you have a reaction from you on that? Okay.
No.
Okay, all right. Yes, I have a question to ask you, but let me just touch on something with Aaron real quickly. Years on, we've had experiences, not with Rhythms on the Runway though, but about how the customer experience or the attendees experience on the red carpet, how you access, how long you're standing on there, where to go, waiting. Sometimes it gets a bit, for want of a better expression, maybe crowded, confusing. I just want to just run us through what is going to happen, the sequence of events on that green carpet on Sunday night.
That's a very good thing. Doing is that we're starting the entry process right from the gate, from the main gate into the conference center, while we are going to have about.
I think you may have to reposition yourself so we can hear you better.
So as and when you walk in, okay. So I'm saying that from right from the gate, you're going to have about 15 people, hostesses, welcoming you and assisting you through the ticketing process whilst you walk down the green carpet. So we don't want to have a situation where there's a long queue, people are waiting for their ticket to be verified, etc., etc. But then right from the gate, you have that whole process coming in before you even hit the green carpet itself. So that queue of people forming the queue is totally out. And so we have two versions of tickets. We have the physical tickets and then
I think his...
the 15 hostesses.
Yeah.
And then there's also a desk that we have for hard copy tickets. If there are any technical challenges with verifying it, there's an on-site team from B-Ticket.
I believe to confirm your ticketing as well. We're having challenges with his connection, but Ms. Shinsiro, you wanted to...
Yeah, I wanted to ask Ami. She mentioned that it's not just going to be a visual experience, but also an auditory one. So I wanted her to kind of get into that. What are we going to experience on the auditory level? What do they have planned in terms of performances, attractions and stuff like that?
Okay, so in my earlier submission, I did mention that Rhythms has always been like a melting pot of music and fashion. So I know that we have some very, very stellar performances. I don't want to mention the people because I want you to come to the show. But the designers as well have special things they want to do with the kind of music that the models would go on the runway with. So then you're having a full experience. It's not just, you're just watching models parade down the runway, but what you're hearing is also tied to what you're seeing. So that it's a full experience that you're having. So this Sunday is really going to be amazing. I don't know what else to say, but yeah. You need to be there.
Okay.
If I could, I want to ask, as beautiful as Rhythms on the Runway may look to us, on the outside, you guys are in there and you know what comes, what you put in terms of cost. Now, I've heard that Rhythms on the Runway after the 10th year might not return because of, sponsorship, because people are not willing to invest. I've heard that it's more like a daunting task for you to get people to buy into the idea and to put in their money. And looking at the fact that you say you're promoting Africa, and we have a ministry that is trying to project, what we have here in Ghana and all of that. I want you to tell me how far you've gone to reach out to first the ministry, and if it's true that sponsorship is a big deal for Rhythms on the Runway, and if that is going to have an effect on the years going forward. I don't know who is going to pick that question though.
Well, the communications director will take it.
Absolutely. I would say this, that if you actually look at our social media platforms, you'd realize that we're actually in partnership with Ghana Tourism Authority, who actually operates under the aegis of the Ministry of Tourism here in Ghana. So absolutely, you could tell that there are works in progress where we get to partner with these monumental and very significant government bodies within the industry. And yes, so we are working with the Ministry of Tourism. It is difficult, wouldn't lie about it, because sometimes they need to make sure that your vision and objectives are aligned with theirs. That's the first step to actually agreeing to whether they would want to be a part of this, be it whether you're actually your vision is actually to support Africa in the end. So yes, sometimes it gets very difficult, but I would say that the partnership so far is actually fruitful and it's progressive.
All right, great. I think we're running out of time. We got the notification on there as well. We could have an extensive conversation, but in just one word each from all four of you, what is it going to be like, the take-home experience with Rhythms on the Runway 10th edition? Starting from Joey. One word.
Oh, mind-blowing.
Mind-blowing. Ami?
Yes.
A night to remember.
That's like 3 words in there. Green carpet.
Yeah, it's a phrase, but
yes, green carpet experience. Aaron.
Awesome.
Awesome. I'm taking that as well. And Terry.
I would say unforgettable.
Thank you very much. On that note, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, giving us insights. We'll see you all on Sunday then, and wishing you all the best with the event. All right.
Thank you.
Yes. So that is, the team from Rhythms on the Runway going to give us a night to remember this coming Sunday. All right. So now let's move on to other conversations we have lined up this morning. We'll be talking about 2 things. Yes, we have Mr. Robert Clark in our midst as well. Before we come to Dance Terra.
No, Dance Terra.
Dance Terra.
We're coming to it, but this conversation, we'll still be having this Afrobeats conversation as well before we come, because it's all part of dance.
Yeah, you don't like
There's music and dance, and it goes hand in hand.
I want to actually say something about that
before we go on a commercial break, real quick. Okay. Yeah, no, you can say it.
Okay, so with respect to the fashion thing, ethnomusicology.
Okay.
Basically, it gives you the cultural aspect of music and how it's actually able to create some amount of dominance, right? And I'm looking at what the Americans have done with hip-hop. Hip-hop is going to turn 50 years next year. And you can't be a hip-hop music lover without the culture. And when we say culture, what do we mean? The music comes, fashion is in there. And I'm thinking, one of the areas that's missing is Afrobeats is going crazy, is going out there huge. The music is going out there. The dance is going out there. What are the other things? We need to be able to intentionally project the elements of culture. And I'm looking at a possible fashion for Afrobeats maybe next year. Maybe I should tell KOD personally, but that would be something.
I mean, I'm patenting the idea, as I tell you. Fashion for Afrobeats. I'll put my hand on it. Please, you heard it here first. From Robert, but as I said, I have said it already.
Are you going to pay royalties to him?
Yeah. And not just that, we just need to be able to think about this whole Afrobeats thing comprehensively from the cultural perspective. If it's just music, you will never dominate. If you hear hip-hop, your head is going this way. They are even giving you attitudinal elements, things that you need to be able to project. Look, lingo. right now you realize that anybody who wants to sing Afrobeats, they're trying to speak in a particular way, and that's because of the cultural, share. And it goes on and on. So hip hop came with breakdance. All right, hip hop came with graffiti, came with MCing, it came with all the elements. Just study them and then ask yourself, what else can we also share, from the perspective of the Afrobeats, because that's how you dominate, And it's the same with if you go into the Spanish era of the salsa people, it's the same. It's there. You just have to check it from the cultural perspective. So I think that we need to be able to embrace that aspect.
We have opened doors to a big conversation. We'll come back to another issue with regards to music and the Black Stars and certain Ghanaian artists who have willingly produced songs that we're hoping to cut it for as official songs for the Black Stars, and what happened to it as well. But before we just jump into that quick commercial break and come back into the conversation, get ready for the city's hottest streetwear pop-up and concert, which is Dub Mania 2022. Now, the culture is happening on the 2nd of December at 3 Music HQ, and it's going to start off from 12 noon till 11 p.m. Just come and be entertained by your favorite Spacely, La Mem Gang, Lasmid, La Russo, Baba J, Young Dems, and there's many more. Now, see and buy latest urban drip Ghanaian streetwear brands like Squad Alchemy, HS Vintage, and 3 and 3, among others. To get your tickets, just dial this number, *713 *33 *217#. Again, *713 *33 *217#. All right, so purchase your tickets at 3 Music HQ and also Esibon Studios. Now, visit our Ego Tickets profile and call this number if you want more information. I'll get the number later on. But sponsored by media partners, of course, 3 Music, Comeback Services, and Creatures, I think so. Creatures, anyway. And it's brought to you by Sam Fido Lifestyle, Labadi Music, and Band Wagon as well. Now, I see all this ties into music, dance, and, of course, fashion. A quick break. Let's come back and talk about the Black Stars, the music, and our Ghanaian artists. We'll be right back. down there because we have a lot to digest this morning. Let me start with Olele, then I can come through Robert all the way to Serial.
I don't know why they're laughing.
Do I assume that your laughter means that you are not enthused about what you just heard from these three guys?
I almost closed the show.
I'm not talking to you.
I'm sorry. I'm
talking to Olele.
What happened here before we came back?
Now we closed the show.
But yeah, what is the benchmark for a Blaster song? The benchmark for a Blaster song is Grace Ashley or Come On Blasters Ghana, but even that one exactly. But what I'm trying to say is, as far as I'm concerned, growing up listening to Black Stars songs or songs made for the Black Stars, he has to have some kind of jammer feel to it.
Black Stars, we they go.
You see why they laugh? Yeah.
It's more like Prim Pro Jammer.
Please,
it's not
what I'm taking charge of this conversation.
So so far out of the three,
yes,
I think I will go for Coco Felix Blaster song. That's the.
I've not heard it. What's it like?
Oh, you just heard it a few minutes
Which
ago.
one was it?
Are you ready?
I missed it. I don't have the ending.
It was playing in the studio, my brother.
Was I talking?
Play it again for...
You know the mistake is
I saw Kim Promise and the first one, the one that he climbed the thing.
Please hold on, I beg you. I will come.
You know the mistake all the artists did with the lineups. They didn't wait for the lineup to come up. So
the name
as no door is no free.
Oh,
Educator is not there.
Yeah, wow.
Wakaso is not there.
Oh, but that one there, it doesn't matter because we've been singing Grace Ashley's song. Some of the players she's mentioned, they were not.
No, you say that's the beauty of what was like before and now. You know, off the top of your head, right? Mm-hmm. You know the first 11 of the Black Stars. These days, it's not like that. Mm. You know, that's where it's a different conversation together. But coming back to the songs, I feel like you should have more of a jammer feel to it.
Rob.
Dance a terror.
He's about to bend down the studio. Rob is about to bend down the studio.
Yeah, please raise the mic for me. Yes. Yeah.
What my feedback on what the songs?
Yeah, the songs you've heard.
Yeah, well, I think that something jammer, as I mentioned in the background before this particular on-air bit. But I think we should sell culture. We should tap into that. I'm looking at, there are so many jammer songs that are like very commanding, inspiring, and, just basically gets people rallying around, I would have loved to experience that as an option. I don't know what is going to come out from the various ones they've mentioned, like the various songs we've listened to. And so obviously you always want to listen because you can't think or assume you know it all. So let's these songs right and let's see how it's going to come out. But I would have loved a jammer option, with somebody clearly commanded and Black Stars, something, and then everybody will respond. Yeah.
What's the name of that guy now? You do
Please. Cyril, the communication going on between the two of you is not going to be very helpful.
I believe I've been a good boy too.
For whatever reason, she started laughing before. Yes, and I don't know what posture you are taking on this. This is hard work that has gone into this.
No, for clarity, we're not laughing about the song.
No. We are not laughing about the song.
Come on, we're not laughing about the song.
Missy, you raised some points.
Sincerely, I don't see. I want to be sincere. Yeah. Sincerely, I don't see how different Kim Promise, Akwabwa, with the exception of Kuku Fleek, I don't see how different their song is from the original or the what we've been told is a theme. Or the what how did they describe it? The official theme song for the Black Stars this year. The Kento's band one no, and these ones that we've heard on a more sincere note, they are all on the same level. Like there's no spirit in the songs. God forgive me, and sorry to the guys who. I'm not saying that they are not good songs, but they are not so like Black Stars. We they go, Peshepe baby. We they. That one is for people who are doing elite stuff. Football has a certain spirit that comes with it. Like you want to command things, like you're enchanting. And so this one, the Kento's one, and Akwaba's one, they are for Dada Beast. I'm not sure that kind of spirit will take us to the World Cup and make us successful at the World Cup. They are good songs, I won't lie to you. But it doesn't just cut for a Jama song for me. Like we said, when you think about, everybody blow your drum, it's a song that calls you to join. This one, I don't know how they use it in music. Like somebody calls you, last as we they go,
forward ever, backwards never.
There's nothing that is calling me to join the song. You know, Jamal has a way of calling you to join. I don't know, is that a better word?
Call and response.
There's no call and response with these songs that we've heard. Applause to them for trying very hard to put us in a good light, you know, in terms of putting together a song.
Just spoke.
No. In terms of putting together a song that would project our image, a song that will give us, you know, the attitude for the World Cup. But this is not the song that we are used to. It's not a song that has done the magic all this while, and I don't think it will do the magic. I'm sorry.
Okay. Lastly, Cyril, then we can look at another conversation. But what are your takes? And I'm looking at a technical review from your end, Cyril. You understand? I hope you understand.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, please go ahead.
Honorable. Please. When you are doing this, what they are doing right now is a theme song.
We have about 9 minutes more to go on this conversation.
And the theme song is also usually attached to a brand. And if you don't understand the ethos of the brand, you will not be able to execute accurately. It's like if you were doing a song for a bank, it needed to be some way, some tempo, some vibe, some language. If you were doing something for an alcoholic brand, a bitters or whatever, it needs to fix. Can you
give us an example Can you give us an example of this?
Oh, I'm just giving you an example. Yankonum bitters. Yankonum bitters. Yankonum bitters. That kind of.
And I think the brief for this song has been with us forever. It's the simplest song to make.
The template today.
Because even if you just look at Asamoah Gyan, when he raises morale, he gets up, Oka Sama Frama, then the whole place. Jama, it's like written in chalk, in stone, everywhere. Football is about Jama Stadium, the crowd outside, the guy at home, every SS, every street, every corner that they are watching ball. Jama is the unifying sound, genre, style, content, even the lyrics don't need to be touched. If you have a powerhouse like any of these artists, and they did their rendition of a Jama song at that tempo and at that style, but with their own voices and their creative touch and their new production styles and whatever, that's it. That's an elevation to something you're already sure has been tried and tested. Nobody has tried and tested Jama with football and failed. So why are you giving me Afrobeats for football? Why are you giving me Afropop for football?
New school.
This is not the time to define a new genre for a theme song that already exists. It's not that we don't have songs for Ghana football. We do. The songs are called Jama songs.
Yeah.
So if you are trying to bring your brand to that fusion, you don't totally disregard what already exists and is successful. Do you understand? What if I wanted to do a Black Star song and did a rap song? 16 bars, I can rap.
Which Sarkodie has actually done before.
Yes,
yes. Well, I mean, for those who love rap,
for those who love rap and Sarkodie to go far. But on a national level, if we went far enough, we would have it today.
That's why you don't even remember it. You know, I can remember.
You get what I'm saying? So for when you are doing a brand song or a theme song, it's no longer about you, your comfort zone, what you are good at, or what you are known for. It's about the target market and the brand. And if you cannot combine what the target market wants and what the brand represents, you will fail with the brand song.
Does anybody oppose to?
I just wanted to add to what Cyril is saying, right, about combining your brand and that of the brand
you're
working for. Talal Fatah's Come On Blasters Ghana, right? Before the song starts, there's what's music
Black Stars, we go do. Black Stars, do or die.
So it plays for like about 20-30 seconds.
Yes. I didn't like the song, but just saying.
At that time, we didn't have options.
Yeah. There you
Come On Black Stars Ghana.
And Talal Fatah was using Metro at that time to penetrate us.
No, for me, I mean, not to downplay that song, but I didn't like it. I mean, I have a right not to like a song, and I didn't like it.
Black Stars.
So what I'm saying
is, it was too sweet.
What I'm saying is that song was sweet, right? Just like Can Promise's own, right? So maybe, just maybe, if they had a bit of the Jama.
And for clarification, before we are taken out of context,
right?
It's not that the songs are no good.
They are good.
These are good songs.
Yeah.
These are nice songs.
Yeah.
They're enjoyable.
Yeah.
But if you want a song that's going to ignite the nation around one of our most loved pastimes, then you need to ask what the pastime wants to hear. And consistently, since Adam, we've already somehow come up with our own genre and our own template for the kind of song that sells football. And it's called Jama.
Maybe they wanted an international way of,
that's the problem. We always think that disregarding, international does not mean, listen, we confuse, and this is not to Miss G, but in general, and everybody listening, please, international does not mean unauthentic. You can do a song in the most niche language, right? In the most niche style. But your production quality, your promotion, and how you choose to use that niche content to engage everybody around the world makes it international. Gangnam Style. Nobody understands what the guy said, but they pushed it, they activated it, they made it pop, and it was an international success. Even though till today, nobody can tell me what it was. So when we keep saying international in Ghana, we mistake it for throw away your authenticity, throw away your ethnic sound, throw away your rural sound. That's not it. You can do Wiyala not international. Wiyala is one of the biggest
this week
international.
I have taken
my sense has come in.
This week.
My Bluetooth is working now.
This week, Rob, you were going to react to this.
I was going to say that. So for me, I just wanted to give them a little window. Why? Because we are artists, and artists is about expression and some amount of freedom. So when we do that, we will just box people. So let's stick to what we all know, but let's also always allow a little window for creativity and exploration, because sometimes you might just not know what that might bring. Now, I was watching the King Promise one, and I felt melodies, and I'm thinking of editing. If you...
Rob, I will need you to straighten the mic up for me this way. So, if you can... No, the other way instead. I'll walk you. I have already help you out.
Yes, okay, that way.
Yeah. Sorry, this is here. That's how here...
Yeah, that's fine. Don't worry. Yeah, so basically I was watching and I'm like, okay, so this could capture some mood based on whatever play happens on pitch, Look, I'm listening to the song.
Like Black Stars matches, you mean?
Yeah, several matches being played, and I'm like, okay, this song is good for editing. This song is good for this. It's good for this kind of emotion. This, because you might not really get all of that. You might not really get some emotions from the Jama feel, because Jama is calling for excitement only. But if you want to be able to capture some other emotion, that kind of song for scoring purposes, and what scoring is all about. So I thought, it might play a role. So again, I'm just having that window, because I can't assume I know all things. So that's what I'm just saying. That the traditional thing is to have the Jama. And for me, again, it is always an opportunity for us to sell what we have. We know what has happened with the Almost and where it's gone to. Yeah. So again, I'm just thinking, that's like, this is an opportunity to reinforce the Palogo beats that has been used for a particular Jama in a very contemporary way, if possible. So for me, it's just about the explorations, and that's my reaction to it.
Okay.
I just want to add something quickly. I've been thinking through after speaking. I'm thinking, give me freedom, give me fire, give me. It's not Jama. Exactly. It's not Jama. Maybe in these young men's mind, they're trying to do something that is more like a theme song, not just for Ghana, for maybe penetrating the World Cup, because I'm looking at the theme songs we've had over the period, and I might be wrong. I'm just thinking, like some of the ones that Cyril has played this week, most of them, or if not all of them. I'm just saying. So they're thinking that maybe via this exposure, social media is big. Of course, Buga went viral via social media, and he's going to the World Cup. So maybe somebody will hear this one. So, this is a very nice theme song for Ghana. Come and sing it as an anthem in Qatar. No, I'm just thinking, because some of the songs that we've heard as theme songs are not Jama, but they've gone worldwide.
That's what I'm asking. What is the purpose? I mean, that's what I want to. Okay, let me have you react to it. I want to ask a question because of what Rob has just said.
I'd like to apologize to our listeners for missing these comments. Listen, you see, strategy.
Guys, we have 2 minutes on
when
this conversation.
Kenan did his thing, he did it with Coca-Cola. And Coca-Cola spent money to push it into everybody's ear and eyeballs. So that by the time it was World Cup time, even when you hear the melody of the song, you know what they pop. You understand? Shakira, J-Lo, Pitbull, Akon, Pepsi. These are big budget conversations. And even with Buga was trending and pushed on digital media as the carnival and celebratory song for a long time to program us ahead of the World Cup. Right? So if we are doing a Black Star song and you are aptly calling it a Black Star song, it cannot also simultaneously be a world song. All these other songs I've mentioned are generic. Waving Flag, right? It's generic because everybody has a flag, so everybody can connect to it. Akon and whatchamacallit and Kerry Hilson, All Africa. Everybody in Africa can resonate with it. Waka waka, it's literally nothing, right?
The song
but
that
everybody,
had a lot of controversy.
exactly. So these are done generically. They are not listing Wakasu and blah, blah, blah in any of the songs. There's no Brazil, Argentina in any of the songs because these are generic world songs. So even the genres that I read out, all of them are world fusion. And that tells you that they took a little here, promoted the song for up to a year, 8 months ahead to get people to care about it. And then they activated it using the World Cup. That's reverse.
Okay, hold on. Cyril, please, let's play the official song that has been selected for the Black Stars, produced by Kento's band,
that's
right?
That's what he said.
So let's
Cyril,
play.
that's what you said. Oh, anyway,
I saw it on social media.
It's actually on there. It's Kento's
it's there.
on
Kento's
there.
is there. On
yes, let's hear that song now. I've reached a point in time in my life where everything we do, fashion, music, food, economy, politics, it's not just you anymore. So we are on a certain global. Leave you there. If you challenge yourself again and again and again, you'll be able to improve upon what you've done over and over again. Now, let me just come back to technicalities about this production.
Thank you.
Number one, putting that reverb choir effect on this makes me feel like I'm in church. That's one.
I agree.
Number two, I know it was partly played live, but I can sense an element of a lot of digital recording in there. So I am a bit, if it's Jama I'm trying to produce, Jama, I wouldn't produce it like that. So it takes me away from the original connection that I'm supposed to feel in this. I'm lost. Number three, we have a certain progression in Ghanaian music, okay? That's why an organist who doesn't read music and who plays chords can easily play every hymn you sing in church, because we use a certain progression and it cuts across about 99% of all the songs that we sing. Now, that progression is really a charismatic progression. So it sits well with church music. So when you translate that progression into the secular space, you realize that almost all the songs, like she said, the King Promise, they sound the same. There's nothing different about them. So I feel like this is a very easy production that has been done. This is just my opinion. That has been done. And I feel like equally, if we forget the visuals, they nailed it with the characters in there. I love the idea. Visual. That is very creative, you know, and playing all how they use them, I like it. But it comes back to, for me, the music. And I feel like we still missed a certain, and you mentioned things like, Rob mentioned things like when to use the music. Like, we missed a certain opportunity for us to sell a certain authentic, like Cyril said, authentic Ghanaian music. When you take the example, when you take the NDC's campaign song,
you like that song.
No, I'm not being political.
No, I'm saying you like the song. I didn't say you like the party.
There's a reason why people jam to that music for its purpose, rhythm, pace. Forget that I'm telling you, a mix of speech, a mix of music. Like, I don't need to explain it to you why people were singing. I wish we could have been played that song.
Let me.
So sometimes I feel like we just have to, you know, in music production, right? It's very easy. And studio, I've been a studio writer all my life. It's very easy for. It's very easy for you to produce a song in the studio and like it because of the acoustics and everything in there. But when the song comes out, you know, I feel that's where we sometimes fall short on these things.
I want to add to what you said. You know, for the NDC song that you are referring to, the goal of that song was to connect with the local listener.
Yeah, definitely.
But the misdirection of these World Cup songs, the goal has been to connect with the diaspora. And that is that's where they shot themselves in the foot.
My question is, are you even sure that that's the goal?
No, even if it's not conscious. What I'm saying is that it's not conscious. We have a habit in this country that the less authentic, the less rural, the less traditional the thing is, the more refined it is automatically. So the guy's name is Akwesi, it's Flexia when it's Akwesi. Right? His name is Kujo, but it's Flexia when it's Kujo. We do that. We downplay our authenticity in our language, in our communications, everything in the time. That's why his name be Akwesi. Bro, there's still an Indian in New York called Ranjit. It's not called Ranjit. It's still called Ranjit. You understand? It's only Africans who throw away their...
So it's supposed to be J. Foley.
Very good. He's a criminal. He's the one who arrest him. Who arrest him after. You get what I'm saying?
Come on. If I may, and if I may ask production to get any of Grace
I've been told we have a minute more because we need to move to the dance conversation.
I really hope you could have gotten Grace Ash's songs or any of the Black Star songs to just properly juxtapose what we are listening to now and what was the difference with what
I think this is just refined.
Nothing is going to outdo Jama.
I think this is refined Jama. At least we could tell that. Yeah, we could tell that they try to what's the word to use? Infuse. You know, a bit of Jama, and that's what we tried dancing to see whether it works. But the thing I have a problem is how we are going to learn these words.
Exactly.
Use it during the Black Stars play or during this World Cup and be able to sing it whilst they are playing and party with it. I don't even hear a thing that they are saying. All I hear is
that's why the strategy
and then score the goal. That's what I'm hearing.
Let me tell you why.
So let me just finish. So the point I'm trying to make is
I can't make the point, sorry, because we need to move.
No, let's move.
Yeah. So
okay. So basically what I'm trying to say is that I don't think they did it for us. Maybe they did it for themselves to, for a certain glam that comes with it, or GFA for Black Stars, and it comes with a glam. I also noticed that they didn't try mentioning any name so that it will be generational. But as to how the song will live beyond my generation, I do not know.
Well, anyway, let's
speak out.
One thing that the song actually would do to you at the end of the day is Serial and Miss G were dancing in here. That's to
no, they weren't dancing.
Yeah,
we're trying to see
they were trying to see if they could connect.
They could connect
with the Jama.
Yeah, Serial was seeing Jama. But that brings us to a conversation this morning. While we have Mr. Robert Clark join us this morning, is Dancetera. In fact, let's go straight into it because of time. Tell us all about Dancetera and what motivated this initiative.
Okay, so Dancetera is a dance platform created or curated for the purposes of advancing the interest of dance in this country, and then obviously to be able to have some stretch across the African continent everywhere and anywhere necessary. For some time, everything within the arts, well, as I say, we had music being represented and you had other aspects of the arts being represented, and I just saw that dance was not being represented. It was heavy. It is heavy. A lot of people doing it, a lot of people practicing it, but it didn't have an umbrella, it didn't have a brand, it didn't have a push, it didn't have an agenda, more or less. So it was necessary to introduce something that would just bring people together, rally around, and then push the agenda. So I started that, and hence the name Dancetera. Dancetera as in dance, etc.
Okay.
So put together. So it's not if you're
what the etc. captures
music is in there and all the other elements that makes what it is, like the fashion. Because again, you need to be able to be abreast with the fashion, the attitude, everything that goes along within that particular space. So that's the Dancetera. So one of the key things we gave birth to was the Ghana Dance Festival.
Okay.
So we thought we should have a festival that celebrates dance, because again, when you talk about dance, people didn't have a lot of knowledge about it. It felt more like it was sitting in the schools in terms of you going to performing arts, and then you learn at the higher level what dance is, and then everybody else was doing things that were traditional, and then you might see snippets of dance on television selected by an editor, and it might just be the gyration, and you might just end up thinking, okay, this is what dance is all about. So we thought we should just represent dance in its purest form, in its authentic form. Represent all the genres that there are with respect to dance. And so that is how the dance festival started. And we started by reaching out to our foreign counterparts, and it's been running since 2015. And then we realized again that it was difficult for us to be able to pitch what we were interested in, get onto radio talk, get onto television, be seen. It was almost like every day you kept on begging. So we created a television platform that was Dancetera TV, so that we can use that to advance the interest of dance and become a loud piece of dance. And it was on multiple platforms. And then out of that, we also started something called Dance Sports. Sport.
Oh, sport. Okay.
Yeah, so I'm looking at Serial very soon, reporting on the dance sport activities as part of your regular sporting platform.
Interesting.
Yeah, so dance is part of the Olympics. As a matter of fact, they started treating dance as a sport from 1907. You understand? And it's been going on elsewhere and everywhere, but Ghana has not really seen it as that. So one of the key things we've been pushing and trying to push heavily from this particular launch, which we are going to be doing today for the Ghana Dance Festival 2022, is to highlight the sports aspect of dance. And so there are going to be a series of activities during the festival just to highlight the fact that dance is a sport and the fact that dance is part of the Olympics, and Ghana will have to eventually be there in that particular spirit to represent, Ghana in that space. So that particular field is also a green area, and we have to push hard and be able to have our representation duly established.
Is this effort trying to sort of integrate, all these dance academies and groups, and are they cooperating to be under this Dance Terra umbrella?
Yeah, well, they are cooperating. We've been working for quite some time now, and it came not necessarily as a force, as in like the force be a part of this, but they saw the value, they saw that it was necessary to be able to help and push the agenda within the community, and so they all, aligned themselves. So we also now form the Dancers and Dance Sports Association of Ghana, and honestly, based on where I am, where I sit, and what I see happening in all the other associations and the plenty fights, we've had to rework even the bylaws that governs the association so that it doesn't follow the same format and patterns that I'm seeing, because it's not really helping us. Like today, see Gamro, Gamro is not really an association. Yeah. Well, it's an association though, but you see, what's the name? Musica. You see, like the Five Pack. You see, and then sometimes, and the things are not going on well, and then you have to be very clear, because we have a clear mandate, and we don't want any association issues to be in a space of that which needs to be accomplished for the dance community.
Well, there's, talking about indifferences in some of these groups, I know some of the dancers themselves have got all kinds of shades going on. In recent times, there was an article that, and this is a question, I know Ms. Julie will help me ask it, there's an issue with regarding split on division between Dance God Lord and the manager, and people are saying I've left the DWP Academy and all those things. Are these things a threat, to the dance culture and this unifying, if I can say, culture you want to bring in there?
No, it's not a threat. To want to be a part of something, it's part of human life. To want not to be a part of something is still part of human life. As a matter of fact, even if you go biblical way, it says that a man shall leave his father and his mother. I mean, that's normal. After some particular age, it's normal that these things occur. So it's just that at the end of the day, for as long as you identify with dance, you still belong. And once you identify with dance, still belong, then we are fine.
So you mentioned you were launching this today.
Yes. So this year we are doing the Ghana Dance Festival. So that's 2022 edition. And we're starting today with the launch at Gold Coast Restaurant behind the police headquarters, cantonment. And so we're going to be launching our 6-star dance project. By 6-star, I mean 6 strong points that we are going to be discussing as or championing in the next few days, all the way through, maybe for a period of 5 years, just to be able to transform the community and the sector. And we're going to go hard. Tonight is going to be performances like never before from different people. Everything that's going to be represented is going to be unique and different to showcase and highlight the different genres of dance tonight. And then after that, we are going to have series of activities. So the series of activities are like about 15 of them, all the way till the 4th of December. Yeah, and so we are going to have the dance sports. So there's various competitions on different days. So one of the key elements there is traditional dance competition.
Okay.
Because it's geared towards raising the image and level of participation and excitement with our traditional dance, because some form of research clearly shows that its image and respect is going down. We know it's ours, but it's not being projected. Other dances are being projected higher, so we are championing that particular aspect as well. There's also the Afro Latin, where we are doing couples dance, from high life to kizomba to bachata to merengue to all of that. It's in there. And one of the key things you will see in this festival is the fact that the Afrobeats songs are now being danced to kizomba music.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes. So then it's sort of like you've learned a dance from elsewhere, and you have the opportunity to use songs from your world to be able to dance to that. And I think that's all, like, it's fantastic. It's giving us multiple ways of enjoying the same music, so therefore music consumption of what we are doing is high. So there are quite a number of things, and we're going to finish off on the 4th with a football session, a soccer session, dancers and the industry. So I'd like to find out who's playing.
4th of December or January?
4th of December.
4th of December. Yeah. Hopefully by then
it's a Sunday. No, when they play soccer. Because we are finishing on our finale is on the 3rd, which is a Saturday. And our legs will be okay by then. Then 4th, if you break our legs, we don't mind.
Okay? So tonight is free?
Yeah, it's free. Okay. We're just launching. We are just talking about everything goodie with respect to dance. So everybody and anybody can come through.
All right. Thank you so much for this conversation on Dance Terror. And we wish you all the best. I do owe you something, but I'm going to get it sorted out today as well. Thank you so much as well. And the part about the dancing, the Kizomba.
I was going to say Kizomba.
My brother will be there.
You know something. You are my brother. I was just going to say that you didn't give us the date for the Kizomba.
So from next
we have 30 seconds left.
From next week, it's on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. We are dancing at different venues. So if you go to Ghana at Ghana Dance Fest or Ghana Dance Festival on Instagram and whatever, you get the information.
We'll get the information there. Kizomba.
Our time is up. We have to go now. Kizomba. Switching over to Plus 89.9 FM as well. You can also enjoy some great music with Lockdown there, as well as right here on Thursday, Throwback Edition with 3 Music. My name is Jay Fulham here with the team. Kizomba.